Alrighty. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here tonight with LVC Rainbow Six. They will be taking on Arcadia University. This is a team we have seen them play time and time again. They've played them, I think, a total of 3 times at this point, possibly even more. I'm not 100% sure, but somewhere close to there. Um, but I'm excited as always to get into this one. Looking at the spreadsheet here in the NECC Challengers East Division for Rainbow Six. We see Fanshawe, LVC, RMU, and Arcadia all sitting at 2-0 with a 4-0 map count. Well, Arcadia's map count is 4-1, but the other three do have a 4-0 map count. The only thing separating them from each other in terms of rank is the round difference. And the way NECC works is that if it first is based off of your overall record, then your map record, which in turn means your map difference is the one that actually matters, and then the round difference. So a lot of different factors here that affect the playoff seeding. Obviously, we're still early on into it. We're only in week 3. I don't know why I tried to say like season 3 or something. We are in week 3 of the NECC season. And LVC is currently sitting at 2-0. The two teams that they did play, Clark University, who is currently at 0-2 with a -22 round differential, and Nova Nighthawks, which is Northern Virginia Community College, is who we saw them play last week. And I believe they they did take them in 2, obviously, because LVC has not lost a map. Nova, though, put up a decent fight, a much better fight than what I saw from Clark, as well as the series with Clark was a bit rough. They only have 6 rounds so far this season, and it's not a good one for them right now. I would assume they were an emergency team. They got bumped up the challengers. LVC was, but that was last semester, and they also changed the roster a lot. So I don't know the situation for Clark, but that's a bit unfortunate. Yeah,
Oops.
exactly. We changed, and this semester we have, I think, we added another player and took out 3 or 4 of them. So it's been an interesting one. I think the changes have been very beneficial for this LVC team. Seeing Reliable on the roster. If you're familiar with the program here at LVC, he is a feature player on a few different rosters actually, and I think he's done a really good job on all of them, and he's certainly shown it so far in the 6th season. So we'll see if he can continue that. And really, I think he's the piece that LVC needed to complete this team. Now, they're not going to be competing against, like, Butler, who's, like, #1 in the country. I think they're #1 in the country.
Butler's really good.
Yeah, I believe Butler is #1 in the country. So, yeah. What?
I don't think my audio output's picking up.
Yeah, it is. Look, talk.
Oh. Is that me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, they
I
go
can't
through the
hear
same. They go
myself
through the
sometimes.
same input. Yeah, I don't have it turned up as loud, and also,
I'm so used to. Oh, there we go.
I forgot to turn your volume on.
I'm so used to that. I was so confused. I was like, why can't I hear myself?
I forgot that I had that headset turned off for last night, so but now I have someone with me here. It's very uncommon. I typically am on the desk on my own. But looking at the map set, we have map #1 is Bank. So from what I've been told by Dave, this map is banned by almost literally every single team that plays, at least collegiately. I don't know about the Pro League, but at this level, it is banned almost every single series. And here we see it get through for map #1. Maybe Arcadia not expecting it to be a first pick, so just kind of accidentally sliding that one through, just expecting LVC to not want to play it. But
Are you thinking
I know they're
about
big
theme
fans of
park?
this. No, Dave told me that
'Cause
Bank
theme
was
park,
one.
Well, theme park also got through.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we've
theme
never
park-
seen theme park played
Yeah,
either.
so if we go to map #3, that will be Theme Park. So 2 maps you don't really see very often, and we'll see if it ends up changing anything. But not 100% sure. I don't know if all the players are ready. Maybe just getting Moss started and making sure everything is functional. I'm just trying to type. I don't want to accidentally start the game. But
The
I'll make
careful,
sure.
the careful keys over there.
Yeah, I also don't play keyboard a lot, so.
That's okay. So
Yeah,
what do
it
you
looks
have
like we're good,
coming
so.
up later this week?
So looking at the schedule. Okay, that's a fun chat.
Never mind. We'll get back to that later.
Well, we can get into it in a second. Start when we're not ready, when they're clearly just waiting for me to start it. They're begging me to start it. That's absolute cap. But anyways, we are now getting into the map here. You can see the first band gonna go the way of LVC, and that'll be OSA. Have we gone a map minus the one I played, even the one that I played in? Have you seen LVC not ban OSA ever?
I don't think they banned them last time we cast them.
Oh, they might not have. I think that's a good point. I don't think they did.
They're going without OSA, like banning OSA for a lot this year, and that's a little bit of a target ban there on Plexios. At least in my opinion, it's a little bit of a target ban. It has been becoming more common just because of how much she's played. Since they did buffer, I wouldn't say super recently, but in the past, like...
I remember the one singular time... Oh, Oryx is going to get banned. That's definitely a pick towards Plexios. He's been a huge one for Oryx. But speaking of OSA getting banned, OSA, I remember the one time I casted LVC, unless last week, but minus that one, that they didn't ban OSA. They had like 3 straight rounds where they lost solely because of OSA. So
yeah, they don't like an OSA.
No, they're not. They hate
fun.
OSA. They might be the biggest OSA haters. I don't know what it looks like at the pro level. I don't watch enough of the pro scene, but
I wouldn't say she gets banned that often because of how clear her barrier is. It's so easy to get information off of it as well. Like, you can see all of the players behind it. It does make it difficult because it's movable and it's on the offensive side, but it's not as big of a ban in Pro League, from what I can see, than it is here with LVC.
Yeah. So we are going to start off with LVC defending, and they will be on the basement site down here towards red. I almost called it bank. That's the whole map. They're towards bank, by the way, if you were curious, which is actually the map. So we'll see it reliable. Oh, we got to rehost. The game crashed already. I think that's how it works. I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Everybody leaves, and then we pop back in.
That is
for a
very
new
unfortunate. This is my favorite game.
Is
Hey, the players of LVC said they were mad at me because I started too early anyway, so they get their extra couple seconds to
look at any other application other than Siege
to do whatever they wanted to do before this, but unfortunate circumstance, and now our game might crash. Actually, I can see the FPS counter moving, so
well, it's still going there. It's loading, sorta.
It's half loading.
It's doing something.
All right, well, this may take a while. You know what? I'm throwing it over to a break. We'll be right back as we try to get ready into as we attempt to restart this game. We'll be right back.
Here we go again.
are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, mic was in my mouth. We are now here ready to actually start the game. Hopefully we don't have any more crashing done, but we shall see as you can see the picks already in for these two teams. I think our game just crashed. Our game just crashed.
We'll be back again.
Wait.
Oh,
Never mind.
we're good.
We're good.
We're
It
good.
didn't. It just died for half a second. All right, so as we saw before the crash, LVC going to be over here on this basement site. Looks like we have a Goyo along with a Bandit, Cap Can, Pulse, and I don't know the last. It is a Rooney?
It's a Rooney.
I was thinking, oh, Azami was the other one that I was thinking of, and I thought I was messing that up. I had it right. That's unfortunate. You can see the setups coming in for LVC. Looks like we, I don't see any of the drones yet from Arcadia, but I'd imagine they have a fairly solid clue where they want to go here, or where LVC is currently at.
And it does look like Arcadia is going to bring in that Monty and Thermite, possibly looking at a hold from Square as well here with the Habana. If they can take open area, that is.
And it looks like they spot Reliable out early with those drones. I'm not sure how much will come of it right now, as you can see Reliable just on the cams for the moment. And a couple of players just trying to get better angles on this close window here. Just continuing to do the best that they can to drone every single corner.
It looks like they've also spotted Plexios roaming up on the third floor here. Third, second, however you want to put it. I guess. Hello.
There you go.
My bad.
Now we're going to see Arcadia slowly make their way inside the building. Just trying to take any of the space that they can get with these drones here.
Monty makes his way in first, as is the job of any good Monty shield. And it looks like they'll be pushing in over towards our Bandit. Reliable. We'll see if he can delay the push even just the slightest amount in this position.
And he's just going to drop on down. As not much he can do there.
An immediate drop of give up of space is a little passive.
It looked almost unintentional too. Like, I don't know if he 100% wanted to jump down, but I mean, that hatch was open, so either way he was going to fall. And actually, Plexios gets a kill with the Capcan trap. I didn't even know that Plexios was playing on Capcan. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was, I don't know, I knew it wasn't Reliable, but for some reason I thought it was Reliable.
He's looking for a second one there, going straight above Square here. He might find one when they're opening up Square hatch. He also might step back a little bit. We do see this Monty and Nomad down here.
Now he's going to spot one of these players, but that Goyo trap going to be a perfect counter to that. And Plexios, though, gets cut down by Mutt up top. It's going to be the Iana upstairs. But the rest of the team, the rest of both of these teams actually going to be down here, so. We'll see.
Levithio is going to go down to less than 50 health here.
Still has the shield, obviously, so not the end of the world, but not something you'd like to see as well, when considering you have this massive shield just sitting in front of your face.
Yeah, especially if he's going in to help with plant or to block for plant. If that nitro goes down and it hits even the slightest bit of his feet, that could be a death and an opening for LVC to shoot the planter. Plant is going down here.
Does it go down? And the Senate with a huge double. You could see that. Oh, and Emporium finds
with another
nitro cell. Huge nitro cells out of LVC there. You could see on the Monty when we were spectating him, very like right in front of or right under his feet, that first nitro cell from the Senate slammed both of those players, and then Emporium tossed one in. I think it was behind probably somewhere.
Yeah, I think he tossed it right after as well. And that double nitro right there is exactly what LVC was looking to take care of. They took care of the Monty and the plant there. With the Monty down to 50, it was a perfect play.
Yeah, great stuff from LVC to start things off, and certainly a great way to kick off the series as well. If you're a fan of LVC here, is they are going to be going towards this third floor this time around. Is it third floor,
I
second
think it
floor?
might be second. I always think of it as third.
Yeah, I see it as third, but that's also because there's a basement site, so I
Oh.
think that's probably
Yeah.
why.
It does say second down, so I think we should go with second.
Yeah,
but
second floor.
we are going to see a little bit of a different strat from LVC as Davis is bringing out the castle and Plexios is going to be on alibi. We're also going to see anything to attract / get rid of those nades with Reliable and Emporium on Wamai and Jaeger. On the other side of things, we aren't going to see a Monty this round. And Kojo, who I believe was also playing Habano last round, has switched off to Ace. Still another hard breacher, just used a little differently. And the Lion's going to come out as well. That's going to be a big play on any roamers that might be sneaking around.
And it looks like
Plexios.
we'll see players of Arcadia here go all the way up to the roof, or at least a few of them, maybe not all of them. Mutt gonna look to get in through the window over here as well.
Cloak has already entered the building, and so has Mutt, really trying to already make space for themselves here on first floor.
Yeah, and there's no one really from LVC gonna be heavy roaming, so
Not on first. You're going to see them a lot, very hard holding the second floor, and you might see Plexios wandering around in the basement, maybe not. It depends on the situation.
and he's actually gonna get a spot onto one of those players. Has to back down from the gunfight though, as he doesn't want to lose his life too early on. But
Yeah, overpeaking that angle twice could be a first kill for Arcadia in this round and could give them a little bit too much of an advantage here.
Dave might have spotted that player crossing the foothole. I don't know what timing he got there, but we'll have to find out in just a little bit. And Emporium's going to be on the other side of the wall of this player, too. And now he's droned out, so Dave is going to have to be of service here if he wants to play the trade for his team.
And there, that first Wamai is going to come in, and a second Wamai is going to come in for the nades. Ooh, Emporium's going to take a little bit of damage, but not.
Yeah, he's not in a great spot right now. He just has to get away, and Plexios at least able to watch over him for now, so.
A good rotate from them. Great teamwork there.
You can see Plexios starting to get down these stairs. Maybe able to catch someone looking to rotate through, and
It looks like he hears the Nomad.
does spot the Nomad there.
Oh!
Shots are so shaky, though. Gets
That's a whiff you
Levi-
can't afford
oh.
to make at this point in the match.
Leviatho very weak, but can't finish that kill, and it could come back to haunt him later if.
They are left
Means
down with
much.
48 seconds left in the round, so they have officially wasted 2
And
minutes.
look at that jump down from Plexios. He'll finish off the kill. He wasn't quite able to earlier. Mutt, though, gets a
Scores
trade
are
onto the
even.
Senate.
They are running quite out of time, though. They're going to have to start pushing here.
Plexios all the way in the basement, trying to get a bit greasy, as he would say. Rotating on up.
Kojo's in. Davies
all
and
the kills-
Emporium goes down.
It's going to go the way of Arcadia. Now it's all down to Plexios. 3 from Mutt. And he's going to spot, actually, he's not going to spot the last player just yet. And he will finally clean up that kill as he takes out that Valcam, or not Valcam.
Wamai.
The Wamai
Util.
util there. And takes out Plexios after his teammate falls. So 1-1, 2 very solid rounds from each team. The trades were very efficient for the side of
Arcadia.
of Arcadia.
Yeah, it really, unfortunately for LVC, they wasted a lot of time, but Arcadia was really ready for that, to be honest. They played it perfectly. They pushed together, and they used the forced time to their advantage, really.
And it looks like we're going to see this first floor site this time around for LVC. We'll see a fairly similar comp to what they have been running these past few rounds. I say that, and I've just completely lied, as I thought I saw something completely different, and it's going to be actually quite the opposite of what I just said. Not a single character that's the same, other than I think Dave played
Davies.
Castle.
Yeah.
He played Castle in the last round. So the Senate going to be on the Maestro. The Emporium going to be playing Vigil. Reliable on Frost, and Plexios looking for the drones with the Mozzie.
We are going to see these frost traps everywhere and nowhere at once. I'm sure a couple of them will be random places, but that jump into open area that Cloak is was currently looking at is definitely going to be trapped with at least one frost mat.
Reliable just now putting down his last frost mat as well there, so we will see how those come into play later in this round. We'll start off here with Mutt, who's working his way through blue stairs. As he is currently 5-1, the man of the team for right now. In fact, he's the only one that has more than 1 kill, 1 or 0 total kills on this. I almost called him Alvernia on this Arcadia roster. Might get this short. No, that's the other side of the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
I was so lost on it too.
I thought he was hiding behind the.
That's the Senate there, by the way.
Yeah.
Plexios.
It looks like Plexios is roaming upstairs, ready for anyone who might try to take above the team, along with one other player from LVC. I couldn't catch him though. Thought one person was.
I think there's more. No, I don't think there's anyone else.
I think someone might have dropped.
Timeout requested by Lebanon Valley. Is it? I would assume it's after this round.
Yeah, it's after the.
Okay.
It's after the round.
Do I have to manually pause it, or do they? Huh? It'll do itself. Okay, cool. Plexios gonna get the first blood, and who else would you expect is he is that roamer and the superstar of this roster. As the rest of these players of LVC kind of just
they're just holding down,
taking their time on their on the site and just hanging out.
At this point, the round is down to 120, which is a great waste of time. But as we've seen before, that doesn't make the entire round.
Emporium gets a spawn on to 1.
Doesn't manage to get the shots on there, though.
I'm imagining, yeah, that is going to be cloaked that he did spot there. I don't know if he's, well, he definitely didn't see anyone else, but I don't know if anyone else is working with him. And just gets the worst timing there on the removing the ADS for just a second. Dave gonna have to deal with the pressure from these ace.
Senate with a kill on Kojo, though, bringing it to a 3v5 against LVC. They're really going to have to work on this one because it's already 40 seconds left in the round. It's a lot of pressure on them.
Another scan going to come in here for Leviathan, though, but once again, not going to find anyone. But how often do they really do in competitive? As he at least gets one, spots Emporium, takes him down, gets a spot onto his second, but doesn't hit the shot.
Lexios here is waiting patiently as Mutt takes down Reliable.
Mutt evens up the odds here. Leviathan's a bit weak, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot until that gunfight there is the C4 not going to find anything, but there's just 5 seconds left, and the plant is currently not going down. Arcadia not going to be able to get onto the site, can't get the plant, so LVC going to take a time out.
It does seem to be that they have a little bit of a problem with timing here. I mean, obviously Mutt isn't struggling to get the kills, but they can't get to site fast enough for that plant here. They've been pushing it farther and farther back each round to try and get in there, and it's
LVC voting for a timeout mid-round. I have a good feeling that was a mistake. I don't think that was intentional, but too late now. They've already decided.
That was intentional either.
The decision has been made, and here we are. 5-2 already from Plexios. We're going into round number 4, by the way. He's already got 5 kills, and look at the side of Arcadia. Mutt, the only one with more than a singular kill to their name.
I mean, honestly, it coming in mid-round is a little bit of a difference in mentality because Arcadia is going to come into that round halfway through thinking that they've got the advantage there. They've forced LVC to start making those timeouts that they think that they need. Unfortunately, though, if they need a timeout later, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to use it.
I will say, if you intimidate someone enough to have them call a timeout mid-play, like, that is terrifying. Like, I would be laughing if I was on the other roster. I'd just be like, what are these guys doing?
I don't know if
like
I'd
I
be
said, I think
after losing the round, though.
No, I'd be so lost. It'd be like, we just lost the round, and they are scared. So that confuses me, but like I said, I think it was unintentional. So we will we'll have to find out after the map. We'll ask the captain Davies if he meant to call that one or not. Maybe it was strategical. Maybe there was a strat for it. You never know what these guys pull out of the bag. They have all kinds of really wacky strats, I will admit. So we don't know. But we are back to the basement.
A fan favorite, of course.
Yeah, the
Senate. One of the best sites probably in the game, to be honest.
It's such a unique site. I mean, every site's unique, but this is a uniquer site, if you will.
I would say first floor sites on most not all, but on most maps, are generally the ones people don't want to play. You want to play those basement sites or those top sites because you don't have the ability for the offensive team to be coming from both sides. So generally, on sites like Bank, when they have these first floor open areas, etc., they're not played that often, which is such a surprise to see them play it that last round.
And it looks like we're going to see the same setup as they had in that first round when LVC was on this basement site. And the thing that really won LVC the round there was the C4s, the nitro cells. So, okay, well, it's already a different round. As you can see, Plexios finds the first blood, finds the second blood. He is a man possessed right now, as I'm sure we all have the same thoughts seeing this guy run around the map.
I think there's a little competition going on between him and Mutt at the moment, to be honest.
Well, I think he's got the advantage because he did just kill Mutt. Plexios with a Capcan trap. He can do no wrong. He just is walking around, trying to maybe get back into sight, get around his team, and he just finds another kill just because they happen into it. Look at this, man.
You'd think after the first round they'd be a little bit more careful about that. They'd drone it out a little bit more, but they just didn't seem to notice it.
Hey, from personal match experience, no one checks for Capcan traps, apparently. I do not know how to shoot a gun on keyboard and mouse, and I found 5 kills with Capcan traps in a game where I had 8 total kills. So,
in the meantime, Electric is going to get this thermite charge off, and I'm sure he's looking to connect with Levithio here so that they can try and get plant down. Although it's a little shaky here.
Was Plexios the one that did damage, or is that Reliable? Look at him. He's just posted. He's ready for it. Plexios does take a bit of damage there. Can he at least find one of these players? He does see the Monty, so knows something is up. C4 doesn't connect, and now he's just got to be careful with his life.
As long as LVC isn't throwing themselves at the other team at this point, they pretty much have it on lock. They still have 2 C4s left to use. Reliable is the only one
And
without
look
a
at this.
C4.
It's going to be the same plan as before. Let's see how this goes. Doesn't quite hit the C4, but Plexios certainly going to be ready to just charge on in.
He is going to take some damage, though.
Yeah, he's pretty weak, so he can't get too hyper-aggressive here. Just kind of trying to bait out these players. Trying to bait out the last one there on Electric, who gets down, so it's all down to Leviatho. And Plexio's just going to get the defuse. Reliable gets the knife onto Leviatho, and Emporium is going to be the one credited with the kill on to Leviatho to close out the round.
That's a flawless round. I don't think a person from LVC died there.
Plexos did start off the round with 3, like 20 seconds
Yeah.
into the round, so it's a bit hard to lose those.
Those first 2 kills were what really put Arcadia into almost a rush. You notice that they hit site 30 to 45 seconds earlier than they have any other round.
Yeah, and at that point it was just a Montang and a Thermite. So they were kind of stuck with, well, I guess I have to sit behind you and hope that I can at least get the plant down before dying.
Definitely not a bad combo to have as a finishing in the round. You want that Monty there, especially. Oh,
it's just unfortunate when
the Thermite for
yeah,
that.
it is also unfortunate though when 3 of your teammates are just dead.
Yeah, that's a rough way to start the round.
So we'll see if Plexios can keep up the slaying, and I mean we've seen him do somehow more than this. And also I want to point this out. Look at the kills of LVC. Dave is 0-1-2. Reliable is 1-2-1. Senate is 3-1-1, and Emporium is 2-2-3. Basically no engagements from like any of these players. And Plexios just has all of them.
I mean, if you look at the other team, it's pretty much the same way. 0-3, 0-4, 0-2, 6-2 from Mutt, and 0-3 from Electric. It's really... It's not a battle of the 1v1, but there are definitely 2 players that you can tell are really pushing each other right now, and it's Mutt and Plexios.
So, this is a terrible joke, but currently the lights are out according to Electric's KD, so hopefully he can step it on up as we get further through this one.
I mean, we hope to expect a little bit of that from Mr. Davies TV as well.
Yeah,
here.
he is also streaming, so he wants to have a clip for the stream that he can use on his TikTok later. But I do every day, man. I love his Discord, but those pings are something else every day.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
about
a
you, but I
grinder.
have it muted.
I
'cause
should,
don't need
but I
that
don't.
ping.
He's a grinder. I respect it. LVC, just not gonna spot anything yet. And here, wait, who's that all the way up top? I think that's the ace. I think that's Kojo. Where's my
That is
clicker?
Kojo.
Yeah, Kojo's actually really close to the rest of these LVC players. Now he's just gonna work his way into the building with Mutt, and
Mutt
they may be
and
able to get some map
Levithio
control.
are also in the building, yeah. Levithio's right behind Mutt here on stairs, or was 2 seconds ago.
LVC though, still in a good place to hold strong. Is the Senate has a very long angle here. Look at all of those destructions on the, or all of those holes on the wall.
Yeah, head holes are key for this site. You'd think you would just lock it up. Plexio's going down to Electric.
Electric gets
The
his
first kill.
First kill of the map. That's a good thing to see. And Mutt finds another. So now 3v5 for the side of in favor of Arcadia here. Looking like they're in a good position to take this round, and it's definitely one they will need after the past couple. But they still have a bit more work to get done. And they will be looking to push from below. But the Senate gonna at least get a trade for
Trying
one
to even
of
up
those.
the score here. If LVC can get another kill, it's 3v3 with the
And there's another one for the Senate. That's 2 on the round.
3v3, 45 seconds left.
There's another player right outside of this. He does spot the
They've got
case too.
diffuser.
So that's going to be a huge one, and the Senate's
Ooh.
reaction time just a bit too slow.
In the meantime, Emporium has also gone down, and it's left to Davies to control this closet.
And look at the Senate just repositioning, getting some more damage down, but it's going to be all on him to find these next 2 kills and have a 4K in this round, or
They
just
still
hold
have to
off.
plant, and they only have 15 seconds left, so keep that in mind. They're going to have to go through that.
And now they at least have the case, and Electric gonna find his second of the game and of the round on to the Senate there to end it off. But
Great
surely,
teamwork there. Good hold.
surely that round was over if the Senate managed to find that kill there, but doesn't quite do enough damage, and he does have I think it was the SMG-11 in his hands there, so not the greatest weapon for the job.
Well, it's definitely a very
Solid weapon.
I
That's my
wouldn't
guess.
say solid. I would say it's one of the better weapons in the game, though. The high speed of the bullets, or well, specifically the bullet fire rate, is extremely high speed, and its recoil generally tends to be hard to control. But once you can control it, you're good. 'Cause
Yeah.
you've got a shotgun in hand, and you've got the SMG-11, and that in itself can rip off heads.
Yeah. So we will see LVC back on this first floor looking for this kitchen site here, or kitchen and office site here.
In the meantime, Arcadia is going to bring in a Dokkaebi and also an Amaru, it looks like. Possibly looking to get in a little bit faster than they have been, and also get some more intel with that Dokkaebi. Just to, you know, ring some phones, see if they can get some cams in the best case scenario.
We'll start things off with Cloak here. Gonna pick up that drone and continue to work his way through. Tosses that one upstairs, and
They throw
actually,
like football players or like
they
baseball
just
players.
launch those things.
Yeah, those
Like,
drones get launched across the map.
I'm
there.
curious as to how much, like, if there's an actual number R6 or like Ubisoft
How
has
far
for
can
how
you throw a drone?
well, that and how much they actually weigh, because they look like paperweights that are like
Honestly,
minus the weight. It's crazy how far you can just launch them.
they honestly look like they weigh.
Oh,
Ooh,
Plexios gets a big one-on-one there with
2
Electric.
drones out there.
And he takes out 2 drones, so that's...
No.
Huge.
1 drone. 2 drones
Oh, just
droned him
one.
out.
Oh, okay.
A miss with the C4, but oh,
Wait, no, he downed Mutt, I think.
I was gonna
that
say
or someone
he did
did.
quite a bit of damage to Mutt, as he is.
Is anyone going to be in a position to get... Oh, yeah, he's outside.
Oh, I believe
I don't know
believe
what
Mutt
got
hit
him.
a cap can.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, you can see on the blood trail there. Okay. I was
was
so
gonna say,
lost. I
Cloak-
was like, what happened?
Cloak took some damage from the C4, but Mutt hit a cap can.
Yeah.
So Plexios is doing some damage no matter where he's at. Again, the cap cans. They've played them so much, and Arcadia just isn't droning for them.
And maybe they're just... I don't know. I feel like they're droning well, but they're just not spotting the one thing that's actually really costing them. And look at this flank from Plexios. Almost gets the head of someone through a wall. This is a man possessed. That's a quad feed for Plexios.
All that's left is the singular player, Levithio, up top, and Plexios is looking for the kill. He's
He is
looking for the
hungry.
ace.
He wants more. He's 12-3, but gets down. So Leviathan at least going to deny that, but certainly Plexios at least happy with the 4 he was able to find, and almost had the 5th too. He didn't end up quite getting the 5th with the cap can trap, but
It's a game of aces at this point.
yeah.
If Plexios didn't get the ace, then Levithio is going to have to, and he's not going to get it. Reliable is going to bring that down.
Just waiting for the drop. I mean, there is no chance. There's, I think, 2
they
players
had 4
watching
people left to watch the angles.
that. Yeah, and I think 2 people were watching that specific hatch, so you're just not getting out of there with anything less than your life, so, or anything more than your life. So now we will have LVC once again going up to 2, and the sides will swap. So we will see Arcadia go on the defense. Will they be able to have a strong half as what we saw from LVC here?
We are going to see the smoke get pulled out, which I don't think we saw from Lebanon Valley today, from what I can remember.
I think
don't-
we did.
Oh, no, we saw...
Like,
no.
was it maybe 1 round? If we did see it, it was, I think,
It would have been on
round.
bank basement, and we brought Goyo instead of smoke.
Yeah. I was
So
gonna
we
say.
did not see smoke yet, but it looks like they're looking to bring him in, as well as Goyo, and Levithio's bringing in Maestro. So those are going to be your hard holders, waiting for the right moments.
Yeah, and we're going to see actually a somewhat similar setup that to what Arcadia was pulling in on this site with from LVC. As you can see, the Monty, the Thermite. It's just a little bit different because I know Reliable loves glass. He is a big glass fan.
And he can take heads off with it. He just manages to find them in the smoke.
He is the aimer of this roster, and I think that's really his specialty here. We'll see if he's able to pull more off with it.
We're definitely going to see a very similar play from LVC that we saw Arcadia try and pull off. Arcadia, in the meantime, does have only 1 Nitro, though. They have...
Look at the Senate already getting a spot on the 1, although nothing he can really do about it. He just has to sit there and watch.
Yeah.
I think
Although Kojo did take some damage.
Yeah, I think Emporium activated the 1 Goyo trap with the with the Twitch drone. I could be wrong, but I don't think that was intentionally taken out. That would be obvious. As there's reliable spots. 1, Davies gonna be the one to take down Electric here to open up the round. Now the second Goyo gonna be taken out. I would imagine with the fit.
In the meantime, the wall is going to be opened up, and the plant will go down soon.
As Dave's going to be the one to put this down. And
Where is the...
and
there it goes.
There it is. And that will be 2 players of LVC off the map. Plant not quite able to go down.
This is extremely bad for them. They need that Monty for the plant to go down here, and that Goyo was just perfect.
Whoa, just going to rip off the head of Reliable. It's all down to Plexios and Emporium.
What a pixel peek there.
All of this utility on the wall there. As Emporium just
I
waiting
think
for
Plexios was really looking to catch somebody upstairs, but I don't think there was really anybody wondering up there.
Yeah, and that's actually 4 for Cloak. Can he find the 5th and get the ace? Plexios just doing a lot of damage right now, trying to maybe make something out of nothing, but he doesn't really have a lot to work with.
Kojo's down to 40-ish health. Levithio's down to 25. Mutt's down to 50. If he can get the spots here, he might be able to take them down. But this Maestro camera.
Oh, not quite able to get the ace there, but Kojo may look to steal it from him, or at least.
And Cloak is taking damage as well.
And Kojo going to be the one to finish off the kill. Finally, someone takes out Plexios there, but just a tough way to start things off on the attack. But we saw something very similar from the side of LVC when they defended that site. So
absolutely. And I'm sure in Plexios' words, they just probably ate bullets for him. Or at least it appeared so. In the meantime, Arcadia is looking to go second floor. The second probably second strongest site, I would say, on
Yeah.
this map. And they're bringing a Solus, which we haven't seen so far, and also an Azami. Great picks, especially for where we're looking here. They're going to be super useful. Kaid will be used for the wall, which is as normal. And I'm sure we'll see some head holes as well here. There, they immediately come out to head holes.
Yeah, and it looks like a fairly standard setup from, at least from what I gathered from the LVC holds. Just a bit different with that Kaid and maybe some more, some different angles with the Azami there.
I'm sure you can see we're already seeing what appears to be, they're going to put some feet holes over in office question mark? I do not remember what that is called currently.
It looks like an office to me.
Everything looks like an office to me.
Yeah, everything on this floor, or everything on this floor is an office. Tiny office.
It's all offices, guys. In the meantime, no one's really in the building quite yet. We don't see any really fast rushes, I should say.
The 5v5 on the top.
But
I don't know why
Mutt's
that
gonna
threw me
take
off.
some damage already. Possibly trying to spawn peek, maybe?
That would be my guess. It looks cut himself off on accident there. Unfortunately, just gonna have to take out the wall. So
That's gonna be some util down for him. He only gets so many Azami knives / barriers in one round, and to waste them is not something
Ideal.
you can afford to do.
as Emporium has some shots go above his head, he's just in the clone, but he does have to at least get some intel there. Just a glorified drone.
You can he could definitely tell that someone was there and someone was watching and waiting,
Yeah.
though,
And
which
you can
is
see that red-
information.
Yeah, and you can see that red ping there too. Definitely calling that out to his teammates. You can see on the map there for just a second. Obviously, it goes away after a bit, but
A short ping, but a ping nonetheless.
Emporium now looking to slowly work his way in here.
I think what LVC really needs to worry about right now is actually Cloak possibly laying low downstairs somewhere as Solus. Yep,
Blue
just
stairs.
coming up from the basement here. He's going to be looking for some wall bangs through the floor. I guess floor bangs then.
Leviathan might get into a one-on-one with Reliable in just a second here.
But he backs off
Backs
instead.
off and takes a bit of damage from Reliable, but he gets flanked, so Cloak going to have the impact there. And now he's getting called, but it's just
Those
a
are
bit
the
too
floor
late.
bangs that I was just talking about. With his scanner, he can see exactly where Reliable was.
Yeah, and Mutt there going to take down Plexios, so now a 3v5, but we'll see if LVC can clutch this on up or if we will see a tied game in this
I mean,
one.
right now, Mutt's down quite a bit of health. Kojo's down a little, and Electric's down a little. If LVC can finish off these kills, I think they can pull off the round, but they're going to have to get some more damage down.
And Emporium gets a spot onto someone there, I think. Just doesn't quite hit the shots, so
The Senate and Levithio have it out a little bit, but Levithio takes a little less damage here. A Nitro goes down, misses, and Emporium's looking for anyone.
and spots the Azami. That's Mutt down. The Senate finds another, but
Oh!
a pinch from Cloak. Going to be huge again.
Coming up behind in just the right moments.
And now there's barely
13
any
left in
time.
the
It's all
round.
down to Senate. He's just firing everywhere to see if he can get any free kills, and he will not. The round goes to Arcadia. We are once again tied, this time at 4 apiece. As we will see a first floor now from the side of Arcadia. Looks like the Capcan going to be picked up by Leviathan, as Capcan has been a very effective op so far this game.
We'll see if LVC can spot any of those traps a little bit better than, well, Arcadia could.
We're also seeing Legion, something we don't see insanely often, but always a good pick to have in when he is found to be viable. Definitely, especially if LVC end up pushing us very slowly, they could run into a bigger issue with all of the Legion traps being put down as he gets more and more over time. So we'll see if that comes into play later on, or maybe
Traps really seem to be effective at this level of play. I don't know why, but people don't really seem to look for them. So that's definitely something that LVC needs to consider when they're starting this push onto first floor. In the meantime, we're also going to have a mute for the wall and a castle as we've seen played on this site by LVC. And of course, a warden to possibly counteract or at least look through any smokes that might be put down, any flashes that might be run. Just any util that obstructs sight.
So
Warden's your guy.
Dave going to be on the sledge here. Has to run across over to his teammates. But
Spawned in the wrong spawn. That's unfortunate. And it looks like LVC is going to be looking to take basement here. Someone is laying, I believe, in garage.
yeah, that's who I was just looking for. I think it's Mutt here. Yeah, on the warden. Seeing if he can get a roam.
While
going
he's
around.
looking in the completely wrong direction, I'm not sure that LVC will spot him anyways. Just
Yeah.
purely because he's so far out.
He's
They've
posted
already
up in a
made their
really
way
weird
up.
spot. As yeah, they're already out of the basement, so that Mutt not going to have much of an effect at the moment. But there is someone getting into a
And
fight against
Levincius-
Kojo, and look at that, he spots everybody. He gets all of the info he needs, but he unfortunately has to pay with his life there.
LVC has already been,
Leviathan.
they've taken the site.
Trades are going through, but Mutt finds a double that's going to be huge.
It's a 2v1, Emporium versus Cloak and Mutt.
But the diffuser is at least down, so he has the time in his favor. But
If he can
30
get it down to
seconds.
7 seconds, he can win the round. He just has to...
He ends up firing at some piece of util. I'm not quite sure what it was. And gets
Oh.
spotted by Cloak and gonna die there. So the fuse will come in.
What teamwork there. You could see they were both working on pinching him from 2 different angles. Just a great play. Honestly, from Arcadia. Great play on there.
And they'll
They
fi-
didn't lose anyone for, well, useless frags.
And they'll find their first. I think this is their first lead of the game, is it? Because
It is their
LVC
first
won the
lead.
first 2, I think, or something like that. So this is their first lead of the game, and they very well have a good chance to hold it as well and take the map. But still a little bit of game left to go here. As we'll see Mutt again playing that warden. But Leviathan going to pull out the Tachanka.
This
I
is
love
great
that.
denial. Especially, you can see in basement, they're looking to hold off for time. They've got Goyo, they've got Tachanka, and they've got Smoke here. So they're really looking to just pretty much chunk down on site. And to counteract Glass, which we saw before, they're also bringing Warden. Unfortunately for them, I don't think Glass is going down this time.
Yeah, they may not pull out the glass on this site here, but look at Leviathan. I always love a good Tachanka play. I don't see him ever anymore. When I
You
play,
say that, but then we see him, and you're like, I never see him, and I'm like,
I've only
we
seen him
just
like
saw him.
twice. I've only seen him played twice this season.
we haven't had
This
a lot of
is the
time
second.
this season. you
Well,
know?
also in general though in their match. I mean,
That's
Tachanka doesn't have a lot of viability. Let's be real. He does, but he doesn't.
In the long run and in the scheme of things, usually
Yeah.
Goyo is played instead of
Tachanka.
Tachanka.
He's
However,
just a bit clunky.
it'll be an interesting use to see both of them at once. You don't see that very often. Just because Goyo, he can lay down those,
His mines.
yeah, I don't, packs, his
Yeah,
packs.
they're like
his fire packs,
pack
and they
mining
can be
thingies.
used even after he's dead. Tachanka, if you kill him and he's dead, there's nothing left.
Yeah,
you
he can't do anything
You can't
with
throw
that.
his nades anymore. So that's an after death util. That's just completely different
Huge.
for Tachanka versus Goyo. But here they're probably looking
have
to
both.
use Tachanka first, and then if he dies, they have Goyo as backup. Just a huge crap ton of denial.
LVC looking for a top-down attack here. They're going to start on that 3rd floor. Reliable trying to get his drone in the perfect spot on the stairs, and I guess he gets it. He does hop off there. Plexios puts a bullet down range.
And it looks like he knows that someone's here. Oh, that shot through the wall would just be so clean.
I think that player did get droned out, but he just wants to make sure he has this kill. But he's centered right, and he is. Look at that spam too. could
and
not
that's an
cook any
immediate
faster.
ping on phones, and he's definitely going to be looking to hack into Warden's phone as well here. They might have cams in like a few seconds.
Actually, he may not even go for it.
I don't think he went for it.
He's just going to look to continue
Interesting
calling.
choice. They might be trying to hunt down, I believe it was Kojo that was also around upstairs. I believe they were looking to hunt him down before risking any sort of trade that
Yeah,
might
because
have come
Plexios
through.
did see 2 players up top. So, well, he killed the one, obviously, but the second he also spotted. So.
I believe he did some damage to Kojo. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that was from him, but I'm pretty sure it was. Some real quick reaction time there. In the meantime, LVC only have 50 seconds left in the round, which seems like a lot of time, but when it comes down to it, it turns into a push. And with how much denial that Arcadia has, this might be a warning as to how this round is going to end here.
Yeah, they also have the smoke, not mines, but gas grenades to work with. So there's so much utility in the hands of Arcadia here. LVC are just going to have to purely outgun them
And it
this
doesn't
point.
look like Electric knows where to smoke, where he wants to smoke though. He only has 2 left, so he's used 1 already.
That scan comes in.
Plexio's going down.
Plexios gets down. All that denial coming in. Reliable team kills Emporium. So that's not what you want to see. And now everyone from LVC going to start calling. The Senate has the diffuser, but there's nothing he can do with it. That'll be another round win for Arcadia. Now, one
It
away
just
from taking the map.
erupted into pure chaos. As soon as Plexios went down, all of that utility just got thrown in, and nobody really, I don't know if it was just our viewpoint, but nobody really seemed to know what to do after that. There was so much denial. They didn't know where to plant. They didn't know where to go. They were just stuck.
Yeah, and especially with how little time they had, they just kind of had to throw themselves at it, and unfortunately it didn't go their way. So
Absolutely.
Now match
Arcadia
point.
locked down that site, and they're looking to take the first map here. At 6-4, it is match point.
I believe this was LVC's map pick. At least that'd be my guess. I could be wrong on that though.
I
But I would
think
imagine
it was
this-
Arcadia's, actually.
It may be. I
Because
didn't get to see the.
I could be wrong, but I think it was Arcadia and then Lebanon Valley and then Arcadia, because Lebanon Valley chose to be defense first on this map.
Okay.
And when you choose the map, you don't get to choose your side.
Yeah.
And I do remember the last map being Theme Park, and that was a pick by Arcadia, of course. And then LVC, of course, chose to which side they wanted to play
So
on first.
we're going to see a similar setup here for the side of Arcadia as what we've typically been seeing from them on this site here.
We'll see if LVC can really combat that cloak that was hanging down in basement, looking for that kill. Managed to find it on the Senate. In the meantime, Davies has brought in Sophia, something I don't think we've seen so far in this map particularly.
I think we may have one round from Arcadia, but I don't remember.
It might have been the round that that Plexios.
Like just kill 3 at the
Yes.
start of the round.
I don't
think it
remember
would
who
be.
was there for that. I'm not gonna lie. I just know that a lot of people died very, very quickly.
Yeah. You can see LVC looking to get through the roof here. The Senate going to be the only one a bit away from the team, but these players of LVC starting to work through.
In the
on this
meantime,
side.
Cloak is in the basement. He's just checking to make sure no one's trying to make their way bottom up this time.
The Senate going to hop on the drone.
Closet has been cleared here.
There are 2 players on that bomb site there, but I severely doubt Dave saw them. I don't think he had any way to be able to see them. I believe that was just the X-ray that would have caught him for us.
That was Plexios droning, by the way.
Oh, Plexios. I looked over and I was looking at the highlighted
Oh,
player. as well.
is Cloak
Cloak is
gonna
in a good
find
spot,
this
but
person?
Plexios gets a huge first blood. Gonna call immediately. And now he's just going to
2
toss
players
the
are
drone
just
up.
pretty much ready for him down there. You can see them up by Banana, or I don't know what anyone else calls it. I just call it Banana.
Mutt has an angle, but he gives it up. It's just waiting for Plexios to push through.
I think Plexios was also waiting for him. In the meantime, Levithio is kind of having a little bit of a battle out there with I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure who. I believe it was
Yeah.
the Senate, most
That's
likely,
who I
or
thought it
possibly
was.
reliable.
But yeah, it was either the center or reliable. I don't think it was Arcadia yet. But and now that's at least one player spotted for LVC on this B. I think it was the B site. Reliable calls in
That was A site.
A site.
And in comes the first electric.
And look at all of this intel taking out this reinforcement. We see it going to start to look to get onto the site, but a fantastic shot there from Electric, going to put the
Also
Senate
spot
down.
the windows, and LVC is down quite a bit of health and quite a few players here.
Emporium falls there as well. Plexios at least gets one back, but reliable on this backside, not able to find anything just yet. Has to be
The nade's
careful.
going to go out.
Dave just trying to get a kill through the wall there. Now it's all going to be down to Reliable, and he's going to fall to Electric. That'll be map number 1, and Arcadia going to start off the series up 1-0. Huge way to close it out there.
All good halves and good sportsmanship in the chat, though. Great work from both teams.
And we will see LVC go down 1-0 in this map. And Plexios, despite being 15-9 there, it's going to be 2 players of Arcadia who have a huge map to go up in the series. So I don't know if we're going to have a break or not in between these.
I believe, there's normally a short 5-minute break where we go into intermission just to give the guys some time on both teams to go to the bathroom, get the map set up again. So I think that's probably the way to go here.
Yeah, so we will actually just throw it over to the intermission screen real quick, and we will head on back over here after
for map 2 in a few minutes.
After we come back here for map 2. Arcadia currently up 1-0, looking to close it out on Border. Alrighty, we are back for map numero dos, number 2 on border. I'm excited to see this one. This is one that we haven't really seen a ton of from this LVC team. And Arcadia currently up 1-0 in the series, in prime position to take this one in a 2-0. But very well, we still could see that map number 3 over on Theme Park. Who knows? But for now, we have the bans coming in. Dokebi going to be off the map by Arcadia. LVC now going to take a ban, as we did see Plexios have a lot of great plays with that Dokebi. So just trying to ban out for him. And look at that, Osa. Who else would LVC ban truly, as Osa going to be gone and out. And now we are just waiting for LVC to ban their defender. It looks like Azami going to be the ban for LVC here. That's a unique one. I know Plexios has been a big fan of Azami, but certainly not going to be the case this round here, as they will wait for the Arcadia ban, which will be Valkyrie. LVC banned that up last game, so we'll see it get banned by Arcadia this time around.
And a zombie ban is actually pretty useful here, especially with how much she's played normally. Although we didn't really see her that much on bank, maybe one round. It's still a strong ban.
Yeah, very strong, I would agree. As we will see LVC on the attack first this time on border.
I feel like we're also seeing a little bit of a target ban here on Dokebi as well. Maybe that's just my brain connecting.
No, Plexios did have a few solid plays with the Dokebi last game, so I at least understand for the most part why you would want that off the map. And here we go. We are now in map number 2. LVC need to take this one if they want to stretch this series to the third and final map. Leviathan going to be on that cap can. We know that cap can has always been a solid op to have so far in this series. Not even in this series, just in previous ones as well. So let's see where those traps end up being placed, as Arcadia needs to extend their reinforcements over towards the office side of the sites here.
It looks like I didn't quite catch it, but I think they also have a rotate in fountain there as well, just in case. Let anyone through and just connect the sites even a little bit more, allowing for any roamers to make their way back in if absolutely need be. In the meantime, this castle has already been spotted from Plexios.
Dave already going to be pushed up here. They're at least out of what you could consider the spawn peak for the most part. Electric actually get pinged with a couple bullets through
He does
that
find a
wall
new
there.
angle here, and Kojo's backing him up as Jaeger. That leaves 3 people to be on site. In the meantime, the Glass is already going to throw a smoke out.
And it's Reliable going to be the one droning into the site. Doesn't spot anything with that through that smoke, and he gets caught jumping in. The audio cue from Mutt is the
Well, Warden
smoke
could
not
see
working.
through that smoke in the first place.
Yeah,
so
I
that
always
was
forget that.
right. Just a beautiful play from him.
Kojo, though, not going to win the one-on-one with Emporium, so the trade is there.
Is
4v4.
Castle still...
I think so.
Ooh, Plexio's taking some damage.
Yeah, Castle's
Castle
still
looking
watching
for
this.
possibly 2 kills here.
Cloak
and
going to be
Cloak-
downstairs. This might be a good position for him. And it looks
Plexios
like
managing
Plex-
to take out Cloak, though, with a headshot there. It's left to a 4v3. 123 left in the round. They have plenty of time here.
And Mutt going to get one onto the Senate there, so 3v3 this time around. As LVC trying
It looks
to...
like Emporium trying to take out Electric here.
And he doesn't
Oh.
quite check the right corner. Electric peeks out, but the trade is immediate. Plexios now in a great spot.
Both
towards
LVC
Fountain.
members down quite a bit of health. They're going to have to pull this round a little bit farther.
Leviathan's still downstairs as well, so if Mutt ends up falling, then LVC might have some room to get that diffuser down. But it's going to be Mutt looking for the 4-piece, and he doesn't get it, so now down to a 1v1, 30 seconds remain, and Plexios
Oh,
accidentally falls through the
Just
hatch.
drop. Perfect
And
timing
look at
for
this play.
Levithio.
That is just a very unfortunate play for Plexios as he falls straight through the hatch there. And the round going to go to Arcadia. Not the start you wanted if you were LVC.
In the meantime, Arcadia is going to go first floor bathrooms and tellers, equivalent to the basement of this site in the meantime.
Looks like we have a mute Kaid, Frost, Warden, and Smoke from the side of Arcadia. So we'll see if they are able to hold this site just as well.
It definitely looks like Arcadia is enjoying playing this Warden, making sure they can see through any smokes and flashes, and they're getting those opening kills as well.
And
Levithio.
gets downed. I don't think they know that the NECC 200s and above, you have to have team damage in the prep phase on. So that's only in Challengers, Champions, and Legends of NECC. Nowhere else will you see that.
Yeah.
So
In
that is
normal
just
gameplay,
unfortunate.
it has now been turned that in preparation phase, there isn't any team damage.
I'm actually thankful I didn't forget to turn that setting differently because they may have called it out. So that's unfortunate though if you're Arcadia, but obviously they have had players at low HP just like this before. So
It might
very
be a
well could
little
not be
bit
that
more of
big
a
of a deal.
challenge, but I don't think it will fully affect the round in who wins. We could be wrong though, who knows. In the meantime, it looks like almost all of the players except for
Emporium.
one from Arcadia are downstairs.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. There's they're just trying to get a good setup onto the site.
Cloak is upstairs, attempting to shoot this drone, missing quite a few shots
Had to
here.
put a lot into that thing, but finally gets it down. So
And
only
he's
his
looking for
location.
some help over here. I believe Warden made his way up the stairs to help them out. One of LVC's drones gets taken out.
Cloak may have a good pinch here. Can he at least find one of these players, get some damage on the Dave? But now he's just going to be pinched and can't find the flick. So Cloak is going to go down and likely be out of this fight, and there he goes. Plexio's going to clean that one up. Also may have been the one to do the initial damage anyways, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm pretty sure that Reliable did a good portion of that initial damage.
As now we'll
Also
see
Davies.
Dave look to start getting some util out of the way. LVC now have control of the top floor.
This is going to be very important, especially with how many hatches there are. You can see they're already starting to breach bathroom hatch here, and Electric is going to have to make his way out to a more comfortable position.
He may be one of these players on the drop. No, he cannot.
The trade.
Wait, actually, yeah, they traded kills, so it's a 4v3. Not a terrible situation to be in. Certainly you'd like that player to still be on site, but they at least get their own trade there.
With Levithio at such low health and Kojo as well now, this could be the tides turning for LVC if they can really pull it out. 55 seconds left in the round. You can see the Senate is already pulling out his drone to take down some util that might be obstructing their way here.
And Dave going to be the one to pick up another kill. This one going to be on to Kojo, so oddly enough, the one player who took a ton of damage and got downed in the beginning of the round going to be the one to make an impact. Finds Plexios there. 3v2.
Will he find Levithio, or will Levithio find the Senate though?
Crosses a C4, not going to hit anything with it, but
Diffuser is down. Levithio's low on health. Mutt's still thriving, wherever Mutt is.
I think Mutt's up top. Or no, over with Levithio, who just now gets taken out, all down to Mutt. Had a fantastic map last map. Can he show a bit of a crazy
He'll have
play
to
here,
find
but
someone first. Right
doesn't
now,
have any time
LVC is
anyways.
really maintaining
Senate.
their angles.
Yeah, the Senate finds that one, and when Mutt dies there was only, I think, like 15, 16 seconds left, so there wasn't much of a play he could make at that point in time.
He would have had to take out all three players within 7 seconds. And unfortunately for him, I don't think all three were really close enough to take out at that point.
Look at that skin from Mr. Davis, or maybe just the loading screen on that buck. I don't know why. I just noticed that. I've never seen that before. Looks kind of cool. I like it. But anyways,
I think I remember when that skin came out.
we'll see Mutt playing the Oryx. This was the operator that Arcadia decided to ban last map, so we'll see how they decide to use it here on Border.
They're also bringing out the Solus, a very strong operator from them last map, using Bank extremely well. Always shoot your walls, which you can never be sad about.
And they wisely don't shoot at each other this time around.
I think they learned their lesson
Yeah.
from last round.
Yeah, typically after you do it once, you manage to not do it again, hopefully, as we'll see two of the players of Arcadia work upstairs to just put down a few more enforcements up top.
In the meantime, I believe that's Mutt wandering around downstairs. They're
Yeah.
probably looking to keep a little bit more first floor control just so that they have that roundabout rotation and possibly a flank on the offensive team here. In the meantime, LVC has brought in Lion, Iana, Flores, Buck, and Ash, which you don't see played super often anymore, but Plexios has really taken to a liking to her this map. I believe he's played her both rounds so far, and this round, which makes sense. Levithio's going to take some damage, and in the meantime, Cloak is looking to possibly get close to the floor and a window.
And it looks like Emporium going to be trying to work with Plexios over here. Try and get through to the top, to start that push through the top floor. Reliable going to be the one to break into office.
A little
Can
bit
he
of
spot
team damage
anyone?
there, I believe.
Yeah, he didn't take a lot of damage, so I would imagine it would be from one of his teammates there.
An interesting play. Davies taking a little bit of damage.
And he gets, and Cloak finds, or I would assume he got into a
out.
fight there, but managed to escape for now. Just trying to see if he can find any of the util of LVC, but for now. LVC finally getting control of that top floor. Now maybe looking to get through some hatches here.
We're going to see that EMP nade go down as soon as our hard breacher is ready, who I'm not sure who that is right now.
Is there a hard breacher?
It should be Davies because he's the only one with hard breach.
And that looks like that Kai trap just going to go down again. So Dave's going to take a bit more damage. How many traps does he have? Looks like he saved all of them for that reinforcement there. So gonna unfortunately for LVC move. Wait, Plexus is on the side of the wall with his Oryx, and Mutt gonna get the kill. Creepy crawlies all over, and he managed to find the
56
first.
left in the round, 53 counting down, and it's a 3v5 for LVC. They're gonna have to get a couple kills to pull this one off here. At least make it start to count. And the Senate looks at Oryx and misses. He's not.
Now he's just getting pinched from every which direction. He has to be careful here. Taking a lot of damage, still alive, and Reliable falls on the other side of the map. Emporium does as well. So Kojo and Mutt gonna put it to a 1v5. Senate gonna need an ace and a bit of magic, and that magic is not really there.
There's no hat. Not for today. No magic hat.
Arcadia gonna continue to have a lead in this game and slowly but surely want to make their way towards taking the series. Obviously, it's only 2-1. We still have a lot of game left in front of us, but it's a good way to start things off if you are Arcadia. And look at this, the Monty coming out. I know exactly what
Along with
LVC
the
are going
Capcan.
for. I know what LVC are going for.
We'll see if they notice the Capcan. As we can see, these players have not been the sharpest when it comes to trap operators around here. But hopefully the last map they learned their lesson.
Yeah, and I think especially with this site and how LVC are going to attack it, it's only going to matter if there's a Capcan trap on one specific wall. And it's going to be this one right outside of the bomb site over here. So
You can't Capcan trap walls, so...
well, I mean the
I'll
door.
take a note.
I meant the
Yeah.
door. But
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much the only place that it's really going to matter if they get a Capcan trap on. Otherwise, it doesn't really... also the door over here too. But
Are you talking about Archives door?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just pointing at it with the screen.
With the non-existent dot in the middle of the screen?
Well, you can kind of get... I was hoping you could kind of gauge a point based on like where I was looking, but we will see how it ends up going. We'll see where those Capcan traps are being placed.
We are going to see Glaz pulled out from Reliable. And
Yeah, and
Mr.
I know
Davies
this
on
exact play.
Sledge
So
again.
what they're going to do is they're going to break straight through that archive door. Plexios is going to throw or not throw, but shoot one of the breachers onto the archives door. And we'll see the Senate push through, sit right in front of right next to what I don't know what it's called, the gray box, as what I was told it was, the filing cabinet, and then we'll just see the plant go right down, right behind him, as Reliable looks to get a smoke into this
I'm
site.
sure we'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure we'll
And
see
the wall
quite
is
a
not
few
broken.
smokes.
He needs
here.
that to be broken. Plexios.
I believe they took out the
Getting the fire.
Capcan there as well, if there was one. In
Yeah.
the meantime, they do have to look out for Mutt as Jordan.
And Leviathan gonna get that C4, and this plan is going to
LVC
get
is
stumped.
Falling like flies here. A 2v5, it does not look good for
And
them.
the shots from Reliable not quite on. That plan entirely hinges on the Senate staying alive on the Monty, and good shot there.
At least
but-
one shot on for Reliable here.
But that entire plan of getting the diffuser down quickly relies on Monty being able to stay alive, and the second Monty dies, the plan falls apart. So it's going to be a 2v4 and not a lot to work with if you are LVC. You have Reliable on
They
the
do have a
glass
lot
and
of
Tori with
time
the
to work with, though. They may have 4 people to go against, but Mutt's down to 50, and with
And there goes Reliable, so now it's a 1v4.
we are going to have these Yang Candelas left, though.
And he walks into a Capcan trap, so one of the
I tried to
two
give them the
doors.
benefit of the doubt.
One of the 2 doors I expect, or one of the 3 doors, I guess, because I was talking more so about the other side of that wall. But one of the 3 doors that it actually mattered if they would put one on. And LVC going to take a timeout, I would say wisely so, as They are not doing too hot right now. 3-1. Border, I would say, is a weaker map for this LVC team, in my opinion.
I would say sometimes it really depends on who they're playing against and the strats they're playing against. LVC is a team that needs something familiar to work with, or at least a lot of chaos. It's one or the other. It has to be complete order or all chaos. It can't be in between. And right now we're messing right on the line of chaos and order. And Arcadia is just pushing them to the limit here. 3-1, and they're on a timeout as well. It's
Yeah, no one from LVC really performing very poorly. Everyone at least has a kill, and no one insanely negative, but it's just Arcadia's defenses have been almost pixel perfect, especially on that last round. They knew the exact play LVC was going for. I mean, if I know what the play is, typically it's very likely going to get snuffed out.
I mean, it's unfortunate because you see LVC scrim Arcadia so much, and Arcadia does these scrims not for themselves, but for other teams. So you never see Arcadia using their strategies on LVC, but you definitely see LVC practicing their strats on Arcadia and scrims. So Arcadia definitely knows what to expect coming into this match, no matter what site they're playing.
And it will be the first floor again here for Arcadia. This time it'll be the server room, though, that they go for. We'll see how they elect to hold this one. We'll see some frost traps get put around in place of those cap can mines, and obviously Kojo still staying on the Jaeger. Always a huge option to have.
We're also going to see Mutt continue to pull out Warden, which seems to be a favorite for him, at least in this map. I believe we saw him use it quite a few times in last map as well. Maybe a little bit with Cloak.
Yeah, I believe so.
And, of course, Castle, who we see so often nowadays. We used to not see him at all, or at least I don't remember seeing him at all for a while, and then he just appeared out of nowhere, and he was a viable operator to play once again.
And Emporium gets put down to like 2 health off the rip, and I'm not sure who that was, but I would imagine it was Mutt, and it was Mutt. Just sprinting around, doing some early damage already, gonna put Emporium
causing
to basically go dead.
trouble. Less than 30 seconds into the round as well. It's not the greatest look for LVC there.
Yeah, and they're going to have to start by attacking this top floor. And as you can see, as you saw in the
There's no
prep phase too, Arcadia had a heavy emphasis on this top floor.
Arcadia are very vertical players, which is something LVC doesn't always play against that much, because LVC themselves are also very vertical players. They like to hold top floors and have second floors. They like to be basically spread thin, and you can tell Arcadia plays a very similar way to LVC.
And you can see Kojo just holding that shield there for just a little bit, but now has to rotate out. He's going to spot a player here of LVC. Just a second, but turns the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Plexios cannot win that fight.
A little bit of trigger control possibly from Plexios there might have gotten him 1, maybe even 2 kills, because you could see 2 people were in there. It was just really unfortunate timing. And with Emporium so low already, it's looking good for this round either. Kojo taking quite a bit of health himself, though.
Looks like that's going to be reliable. Trying to get in here, and Electric gonna pick off the Senate. So LVC slowly but surely falling in this round. Dave gonna be the one with the diffuser, starting to work up towards this office side.
In the meantime, I believe that's the first or second. Was that the first? That's the second line call from Reliable here.
Yeah, he has 1 left. As the last 3 players of LVC trying to figure out what they want to do here, but they have to be careful. There's 1 player underneath of them. Who is that that's underneath them? It's going to be Leviatho.
And he is, I believe Leviatho, he no longer has a Nitro, but he is capable of quite a bit of damage. He has a shotgun and an SMG-11 here.
And he's going to be in a good corner, as that Frost Trap does get pinged out by, I believe, one of the LVC players there.
There might be a second one in there.
Look at this angle from Leviatho.
It doesn't matter, though.
Finds the
And
first,
they
and that's
have
diffuser
5.
down, too.
Yeah.
So now Arcadia in a fantastic spot to take this round in the Leviathan. And Mutt gonna help Arcadia end the round and make it a flawless one. Now 4-1, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, because
4-1,
it's going into
3-1.
round 6. Yeah. So in the last round of this first half, Arcadia in a fantastic spot so far. Can they make it 5-1, or can LVC at least put it within 2?
Absolutely, and I think for LVC to stay in this and try to make it back strong, they need this round. 4-2 is not a bad finish on offense, but you're gonna have to pull it out.
Yeah, and we'll see if LVC can find a way to adapt to this site here, as Arcadia has really had no trouble, for the most part, defending pretty much any of the sites. It looks like we're going to see the final round of this first half be a bathroom site once again. And we did see Arcadia have a lot of success here, so.
It looks to appear that they're going to be playing vertically once again, a favorite from them. Obviously, something
too.
that's working as well. And Warden's being brought out, Kaid is being brought out, Butte is almost always there, and Electric is gonna pull out an Alibi. I don't think Arcadia's really played Alibi that much. I think we saw it once from Lebanon Valley.
Yeah, I think it was Plexios who played it last map, but
Yes.
it wasn't. There was only one round. Outside of that, Alibi has not been played this game.
Well, once again, we're going to see Arcadia at least play it for one round. We don't know what LVC will do, but Alibi used to be such a favored operator. It's odd to see him not played quite as much.
It looks like Plexios just trying to see if he can ping some early damage there, but
At least taking out the camera.
Davies gonna look to work with the Senate over here. You can see, yeah, still 3 players of Arcadia going to be on this top floor. And as you had mentioned, they are a very vertical team as well. So look at this angle from Electric. That that plank of wood there was taken off. So Electric could have pinged the head of whoever that player of LVC was there. But obviously
I'm
they
not sure
didn't push.
he spotted him, though.
No, and they were behind it. They were not peeking just yet. And now Cloak gonna get a lot of damage put to him. Davies gonna be the one to pick up that kill. Lion Scan comes out. And that red ping going from the Lion Scan. Dave, why is it taking out that clone, and Electric gonna get capped as well.
A 5v3, this might be the comeback LVC needs to
There's
stay in the game here.
Look at this from Kojo. If Kojo plays his cards right, I don't know if anyone from LVC is going to expect it. And I just lied. I lied on stream again.
Plexios
Plexios
was
sniffs
looking
it
for
out.
it. He was hunting. He was ready. A 2v5 in this scenario. LVC, all they have to do is get down a bomb site and plant. Unfortunately, I think that might
And
be...
that's a huge kill from Leviathan. Finds Reliable with a fantastic intro cell.
I believe Reliable was droning as well, so unfortunately for him, he couldn't really do much there.
Look at
Dave
Leviathan
looking for
barely
a possible...
Look at the wall above him too, just barely missing.
Is that like a light, maybe?
I think it
Emporium being
is.
taken down by Mutt. A 3v2. The tides are turning slowly for Arcadia. They're bringing it back themselves. They're looking to end it out in 5-1 here.
This would be a huge round win for Arcadia if they do manage to take it. They are up 4-1 already, but going up 5-1, especially in a 2v4 or 2v5, I think it was.
We cannot
That'd be
count
huge.
LVC out, though. There's 3 players who are, they're not quite going positive yet, but they're the closest to going positive.
And look at the Leviathan. Takes out one. Oh, he's behind.
Dave's behind an
Yeah,
unbreakable.
Unbreakable. But look at Leviathan has a good angle, but the Senate going to be the one
It's
to get the
left
kill.
to Mutt and Davies.
Mutt?
If they can just hold the diffuser long enough, they've got the round. They might have the comeback. It could be worth it. Mutt is looking everywhere for these players.
He doesn't have a ton of health, but certainly more than the Senate. As he's just checking every which angle, and the Senate. And no, he doesn't. Now it's all down to Dave, but there's not a lot of time left on the clock. Mutt just has to go for his defuse. Tries to bait it out, and
He doesn't have
there's
enough time
not
to
enough time.
defuse.
Dave not going to find the kill, but it doesn't matter. Plays the time perfectly and wins the round. 4-2 scoreline going into the defensive side for LVC. getting something back to close off the first half.
It's not like Arcadia really needed the round, but Mutt definitely could have stayed on diffuser.
Yeah, but either way, it wouldn't have mattered. I severely doubt Dave just puts down his keyboard, puts down his mouse, and just doesn't
Well,
check.
absolutely. I think that could have been played a little bit differently. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, it was a very hard round to play, but he did just kind of go for the kill in the end.
Yeah, and that's all he could really do there is there's just not enough time to work with for a 1v2 in that place. So also Dave being up top is huge there, as it allows for the Senate to not have to worry as much about staying alive in that close corner that you could just get pre-fired in. So
Absolutely.
good awareness from Dave there to stay up top. And now we'll see LVC going to this second floor for the bomb sites. Will they be able to hold? They need every round that they can get right now. They're only down by 2, but in Rainbow, that down by 2 feels like an eternity to come back.
Absolutely. And it is the defensive round. LVC is shown to be that they are a defensive team. It might be their comeback. If not, it'll be the end of the series. They've got to show up here.
Yeah, and look at this. 2 trap operators from LVC there. As you can see, Reliable is going to be playing Frost. Plexios going to be on the Capcan again. So we'll see maybe if the additional traps end up being a huge piece to this LVC puzzle.
We're also seeing a Mozzie come out from Emporium here. And I believe Plexios did get spotted despite the Mozzie utility there.
There's going to be one player down low here for Arcadia. And he's not in a good spot. 3 players of LVC are right on the other side of the wall from him.
Unfortunately, none of them really decide to push him at all. Emporium looking
out. Emporium's location going to be known.
Cloak taking a little bit of damage here.
Leviathan is watching over himself. Shouldn't be the end of the world there just yet. There's a player on the other side of the wall there, and at least one ping from the Senate onto Electric, who's trying to cross. Plexios still roaming around downstairs.
And you can hear someone's nitro is ready to just fire off there. I'm not sure whose it is, but I know it got thrown. Plexios.
Probably Plexios is there.
I believe it also got shot out there.
Yeah. And
unfortunately for him, he waited just too long.
Now we're going to see Arcadia slowly make their way in. What kills can they find? There's going to be a player waiting in this close corner for LVC. It's going to be a Reliable, but he is not in a great spot. If he can at least find one, he gets droned out, so now his location is known. He needs to find at least a kill here to be valuable to the LVC team, or the LVC team in this round. Electric gets down though. Mutt gets put pretty weak too, so Reliable at least baits out his life.
Forced into a corner there.
He at least baits out his life long enough for, I believe, Plexios to get a down onto Electric. So we'll see if Electric is able to get picked up, and he is. So still a 5v4 in Arcadia's favor. As
so
Emporium takes out
goes down. Electric has gotten picked up though. Low on health. Almost every single player of Arcadia except for Kojo, and Mutt's gonna go down along with Electric from the Senate, and Plexios with the Capcan trap. Apparently no one's learned. I'm
it
not
is actually insane how many
convinced.
kills they get with Capcan traps. They just play so well.
I'm just unconvinced that these Siege players have learned how to look for Capcans. Like, I'm unconvinced.
And Emporium just trying to get some shots into the person playing the diffuser, but not able to. Now the 3v1. Kojo gets both have to reload, and Kojo makes it a 1v1. It's all down to Dave. Can he get the defuse? It's a 1v3
All he
for
has
Kojo.
left is a pistol.
He has his gun, but he does not want to reload. Switching to your pistol is faster than reloading even in this game. And now he's going to start firing some bullets, and Dave only has to put one down, so he'll win that fight. And
I mean, at that much, he didn't have that much ammo left. He did try very hard to make that a comeback round, but LVC had that in their pocket.
I can't believe that was those two kills happened. I mean, I think both I think it was the Senate.
Smoke.
Yeah, well, no, at the end there when Kojo got both of those kills. I think both players ended up running out of ammo, and Kojo
Yeah.
switched faster to the pistol. So that was just a crazy round that almost went really far south for LVC.
In other words, LVC was caught out lacking.
A little bit, yeah, I would agree. Definitely agree. We'll see.
What a moment to be caught with your pants down there. That could have really turned things around for Arcadia. And absolutely great plays from Kojo, correct?
Yeah, Kojo.
Absolutely great plays from him.
Arcadia now only in a 1 round lead here. LVC looking to start their way back, and once again, we'll see the Capcan, but this time it's going to be reliable with that op in his hands. We'll see
In the meantime, Imperium has switched over to Solis, and Davies is on Oryx.
Dave on Oryx. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've seen that. I've also seen Grady on Oryx quite a bit.
But you guys also play together. I do not. So this is I only get the experience of the actual matches. I don't get to see the ranked play and
Honestly,
goofing about.
I don't know if Davies on Oryx really scares me, but Grady, if you knew this coach, man.
I see him just flexing. Like
Grady on Oryx is everywhere and nowhere. He runs so much around the map. Like it's just amazing what he does sometimes.
we're gonna see Arcadia slowly make their way towards the top level once again, as always. And
not a lot of droning quite yet, but I'm sure we'll see those come out. Arcadia is very strong in droning. They do tend to find the roamers. Electric is looking for a kill here. Probably, I believe that's on Oryx. Yep, I believe that was on Davies. But unfortunately for them, Davies gets away with quite a...
There are like 3 players there, but Dave at least gets a tiny bit of damage onto Electric. It's like 1 bullet of damage, but
he's not exactly in the greatest position right now. He's not terrible, and he's got a hatch behind him he can always pop. But
wait, what is?
Reliable's on first floor, near main entrance.
No, he was staring at a wall for a second. I was like, where is he looking? But
follow the ears.
he
Follow the ears.
oh, Mutt gonna take down Emporium early on.
That's a big boss with Solis here.
And Dave was the other player that was up top, but he has since ran down the stairs. So now all of the players of LVC going to be downstairs, and Arcadia going to have control of that top floor and now can start their assault onto the site.
It does look like the Senate is looking to keep that hatch closed at least.
He has 1 more part here too. Can he get it down in time? And looks like he won't, so...
I think he did.
Oh, he did actually. I did see it.
It won't matter though because they do have another left, and they are going to get that hatch open. Unfortunate timing, but at least quite a bit of util has been used here. In the meantime, the Senate has relocated to a safer position and is waiting for anyone who might find head in his crosshairs.
And Plexios might be in a bit of an interesting spot here. There's a lot of holes in the wall or in the ceiling above him, so we'll see if he gets droned out here.
Definitely does.
There's
I'm
no
not
way that drone
entirely
didn't
sure
see him.
why
It's
he's
scary.
sitting there.
Well, he doesn't really have a way to rotate out either, because he knows that there's players above him, and he obviously can't see where they're at. So it's gonna be
2 dropped.
and Kojo
1
on the
planting.
site, so he's gonna be getting that diffuser down. Leviatho
Levithio
dies,
goes down.
and Cloak gets spotted out. Plexios finds 2. Can he get the 3rd? Yes, he can. And all the kills going LVC's way, -1. And Mutt not in a spot to take out the diffuser. Plexios going to get that diffuse done. Good round for LVC, and they tie it up in round 8. So LVC slowly bringing this one back, and now they could put themselves in the lead. Maybe there's a reason that they didn't pick defense first, did they? Or attack first?
No, this was their map pick, so Arcadia
Yeah.
picked defense first. And LVC is a defensive team, so if I were Arcadia, I'd pick defense first every single time, just to screw with them. Just saying, if you have the advantage, take it, you know? And defense is just a general advantage in Siege overall, so it makes sense that most teams would be better on it.
Now we will see if LVC can continue holding. They'll be back downstairs this time in the server room. We'll see where their heads are at this time around. Reliable back on the cap can. Emporium on the mute this time around. Dave going to be on that pulse. We saw him roaming around last round, so very likely going to be doing a similar thing just with a different op. And Plexios on the Solus.
We are definitely going to see Cloak run a Lion again. Super useful operator, always good when you're trying to push and keep people in their places, or if you know where someone is, you can pre-fire them because it leaves them in a corner, or tracked, either way, great intel. And Mutt had switched over to Iana, but chose to go back to Sledge here with, well, we used to have 6th pick, but now it's just offensive operator repick. And Electric is sticking to Ace. My apologies. I wanted to say Sledge again, but you can't have two
And
Sledges.
it looks like Plexios is just going to be charging outside to see if he can find an early pick, but does not get it, so he will have to wait for now. Dave going to find at least one of these players of Arcadia on the heartbeat scanner. Starts
Found
pre-firing,
one, but they didn't continue in their original path. It looks like they might come up behind him. In the meantime, Plexios is looking for any other players that might stray away, and Reliable is once again in the same room that he died before, and I believe they'll breach the wall. Mutt's hopped in anyways. They're shooting for frost mats, which they don't know aren't.
oh
there
yeah, I guess they
currently.
probably don't know that that LVC does not have frost, so it's not going to really do much for them. Mind scan coming in. LVC have to pause for just a second.
Kozo looking to
And
make a hole,
Dave
and Mutt
opens
with
up the round with a Nitro Cell on the Mutt. It's a big opening. Can LVC capitalize even further on it? As
It looks like they know where these players are, and they're ready for when they push. They're choosing their fights carefully right now.
as we will see.
And another
Emporium
C4 down
finds the
from
kill on the
Emporium.
Kojo.
Some work with Pulse there, it looks like.
Yeah.
And I think they know that other person is up there. They found the heartbeat.
Now Emporium just trying to help Dave
Oh
hunt
my
this
gosh,
player down.
there's
They're
3
just
people
stacking
down
on this.
there.
They are doing as much as they can to hunt these players out. Dave knows now the location of
Dave
Cloak.
with the windows. He just can't seem to find someone.
Through the windows, through the wall. Yep. Davey find them all.
Oh.
No, he cannot. Electric flanks him. Now planting.
Plant's almost down.
Emporium is weak, but
Left
least a
to 2
trade.
people.
and the diffuser didn't get planted there, so
They also have Case inside. Arcadia's gonna have to hop in, recover Case, and or immediately plant there.
look at Plexios. He does have the spot on to Cloak through
Shoots
that
the
Solus
wall.
util. Trying to cheeky peek there. Reliable does have a C4 to work with, but he may not even need it as the Senate finds one. He does a bit of damage, and Plexios going to clean up the round.
And this will be the first lead that LVC has on this map here.
Great holds from LVC there. Playing
4
very well off
rounds.
each other. And yeah, 4 rounds in a row for LVC now. Arcadia not going to
3
call
rounds,
that time.
3 rounds in a row. My bad.
Three. One, close enough. 3 rounds in a row for LVC
They're
there.
looking for 4, and if they can make it, that'll be match point. Arcadia is going to have to either... I mean, I'm surprised they haven't called a timeout here.
That was my thought too. I thought they would have called a timeout there. Maybe if LVC wins this round, then they call it just to have that
The
small
stop
break.
of the momentum is the most important part for them right now, and we'll see how they take it. We'll see how if they take advantage of that, or if LVC will go to take map 2. In the meantime, Cloak is switched off to Lion, a great choice. They obviously used him extremely well last round. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, but still a great choice. And Mutt has gone over to Iana. Last time he switched off from Sledge to Iana and then went back to Sledge. It appears he might have regretted his decision.
And we're going to see Emporium on the pulse this time around. We saw how much work Dave was able to do with that, and that was really crucial in that round. Is that Nitro Cell from Emporium came off the spot from Dave, and a few of the final kills came through those spots as well. So we'll see how Emporium plays off of the heartbeat sensor. And look at this, 4 players of LVC carrying Nitro Cells in this round. Huge,
Yeah.
huge stuff from LVC, as Plex is the only one that doesn't
4
have one.
nitros and 1 shield.
Usually we'll see Plexios be the ones to, or be the one
It
to
is
have a
really
nice
odd to see him on Stoke as he's usually a heavy roamer. So I hope for the sake of LVC he is more heavy roaming here, because to not have those smokes in crucial moments on site is going to be detrimental for LVC.
I'm sure he has he's
A
like
plan.
a Val player. He has like these ridiculous lineups and everything. He just knows every single thing. So we'll see
He's
if
played
he
for a
knows.
very long time.
He has. He's a veteran of the Siege scene.
In the meantime, Levithio has brought in Nomad to watch their flank and make sure that players like, for example, Emporium, aren't coming out on top and hitting them in the back.
Kojo takes a bit of damage. He's going to be downstairs trying to see if he can work his way through, but his teammates all up top above him. There's going to be someone...
Mutt takes
down
some
with
damage from the Senate as well, and does some damage to the Senate. So there's a little bit of some action going on up there.
As Reliable goes down
down.
to Kojo. So finally, something in Arcadia's favor there to start off the round. Plexios doesn't quite catch the player. Decides to not push through the stairs. But always you
Probably
have
a
to be aware
smart
of this.
decision at the moment.
Obviously, you have to be aware of this push from downstairs, though.
In the
You need to be
meantime,
careful.
Levithio is looking to take down Pulse downstairs. Cannot spot him.
And Emporium gets the better of him. Now, all the push coming from up top, and Emporium gets a second there. I think that is.
Nade goes off.
And look at this bandit trap, or this bandit detail from Dave. And he gets hit with a nade, so he has to be careful with his life.
I think the most important part is that he lost his bandit there. So unfortunately, well, fortunately for Arcadia, they got the bandit eventually, and I believe they still had
Look at Mutt
one.
working
No,
his
they
way
don't.
onto site. This could
I
be
don't think they
a play.
had
Look
a
at Mutt.
third.
He doesn't
card
spot
left.
anyone, so he's going to have to back on down. Mutt falls actually to Emporium, who's still roaming around downstairs. I guess the pulse was just as impactful, but instead of it being Dave, it's Emporium this time around. LVC in a prime position to go up to match point.
It's left to Cloak and Electric to clutch the round.
And
Electric taking out the Senate and at least starting
but
the
look at the
advance
time.
here.
There's only 15 seconds in the round. They at least have the case, but they have to start moving now. And line scan comes out. LVC have to stop for a little bit, but they're going to get caught crossing. That's going to be Electric down and Cloak in a 2v1. Has to go for the
Davey's
defuse,
Emporium.
though. And now Dave just sprinting on to site. Going to spot him out, and that's the defuse. Dave finds the kill. Cloak not going to be able to do anything about that.
This will lead them into round 7. Round 7, I believe? Round 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think it's like round 13 or something.
Round 13.
It's not round 13, by the way. That's a complete lie. It's round 11.
Into match point is what I'm trying to say for
Yeah.
LVC.
It'll be a match point here for LVC, looking to put this into map number 3 on Theme Park. And there's the timeout from Arcadia. Look at that scoreboard. 5 in a row for LVC. They have been on fire in the latter half of this map and have not gave up a defense just yet. Does Arcadia have an answer, though? 13 and 6 from Mutt, 8 and 6 from his teammate Leviatho. But it's not quite enough. Plexios only 12 and 8, but his teammates helping him do the work that needs to be done.
It does look like this timeout is at least a little bit of a good timing. I personally think Arcadia should have done it one round before to kind of relax that momentum that LVC had. But at this point, they have no choice but to take this round or to move into the overtime map, which is Theme Park. And to be honest, I don't know if either team really wants to see Theme Park.
I love that neither team wants Theme Park, but it's just like they kind of have to at this point.
I mean, it was Arcadia's pick. They could have strategies for it, but most teams don't play Theme Park.
Look at this 0 from Cloak. I mean, obviously we don't know just yet, but we'll see. Maybe he decides to pull out the Cloak.
With the new season, 0 actually is getting quite a buff for his cameras actually coming up. So maybe he's trying to get a little bit of play in, see if he's viable before Season 8 even. Most of the time, Zero hasn't been super useful. His cams are really easy to hear, and they're very easy to shoot, and unfortunately, you can't turn them around yourself as a teammate when you're moving through them. So they become kind of a dud in the midst. In the meantime, Capitao gets pulled out of Cloak and seems to decide who he wants to play.
Yeah,
Switching
Clunk
from
is
operator to operator here.
still a bit indecisive, but maybe Arcadia just trying to find a plan that will work. Now, look at this again, a different player playing Capcan. This time it's Emporium on it, just switching around the ops.
I think everybody wants to play a little Capcan. I think everybody wants a kill from Capcan.
That's a
'cause that
reasonable-
seems to be
It's very
the
satisfying to get a kill with that Capcan trap. It's, I don't know.
to
there's
be
just
across
something
the
about
map
it.
and have an effect. It's an unholy thing. In the meantime, Capitao is being played by Kojo. I think that's great to see. He does have a secondary breach charge, and so does the Buck. They're definitely looking to open up the second floor a little bit. With Sledge and Buck up there, they're going to have full reign to open up floorboards as long as LVC lets them. And LVC doesn't really seem to have anybody up there quite yet. I think a few of them might be making their way, but in the meantime,
Is there someone already right next to Site for Arcadia, or did I just missed that? I think I was on an Arcadia player and just kind of missed it. But for now, we'll see Arcadia slowly
I
work
believe
their
all
way
of
in.
Arcadia's.
Yeah, they are. And look at that, Plexios gets a spot on to Cloak and just does a bit of damage, but he gets that kill. Look at Plexios. Still on fire. When is this man having an when does this man ever have an off map? He is just a kill, at least guaranteed a 1 every single round. And look at him, downs another. Gonna look to toss that gas mine out as they're getting rezzed. And that's gonna be a confirmed kill on for Plexios.
So far for LVC, the round is in their advantage. Plexios has taken some damage, but he's taken 2 people out. So
What does Arcadia decide to do?
it looks like Kojo is looking to open a window. The
Leviathan
mid-
just hops down, trying to get that diffuser down, and Electric gonna cover over him. Plexios finds his 3rd of the round, maybe looking for another ace, and just barely gets that gas mine off. Now he's just gonna fly forward and pay for his life, but it's a 2v2. LVC, this is not over yet. Emporium and Dave in the 2v2, but they know where these players are to an extent.
There's
Look at
only so
Kojo.
many places to go through. Kojo's rotating around. They've got 20 seconds
Oh, it's a
left.
huge nitro cell, and that's
Down
going to
the
be a
player.
down. So now it's
Careful
all
with the
down to
window.
Kojo. What does he have in the tank? Just 10 seconds left, though. This is a
He's
great
got a
play
fire.
from Kojo. He has the fire arrows, and he's going to take, not quite take down Emporium, but it looks like that'll be the round. Arcadia staying in it just for now. Huge play from Kojo. Clutches it up in the 2v1.
A great
Smart play.
rotate from him as well, just going up to second floor to just be ready for that hold. They were looking for him out of the window, and normally you might see a player there, but big brain plays right
Still
there.
match point for LVC, but Arcadia, if they win this round, they can send it to the OT. But they need another big round. They finally end that win streak, too, for LVC, but not before they take 5 in a row, and this is a tough one if you're Arcadia, as LVC has looked very strong on the defense despite that last round. And even then, Plexios getting 3 and finding the opener, in fact, finding the opening 2.
This will be LVC's last round on defense, I believe. If it goes into overtime, it'll switch them over to offense. I could
Yes.
be wrong about that.
No, it should. And then
Um,
last round is random, so.
Yep. And if LVC does not get this round, I think it might go in favor of Arcadia because as we've seen, they have their defense locked down over there. They have it ready. They're ready for LVC strats. They're pining for a win here.
Look at this. We haven't seen this in a while, but now we'll see three trap ops actually from LVC. Reliable going to be on the Legion this time around, so they are really looking to stop these Arcadia players from getting anywhere near the site. You can see how close these Capcan traps are going down, how close these frost mats are, and even the Legion mines also being put very close to the site. They are going to have a rough time if they want to hop on in.
Good default cam movement there. And it does look like they're looking to open up a wall, but Kojo goes down earlier from Plexios. I'm not sure that was a spawn peek, but I'm sure he was out there as soon as possible. He's always looking to get the first advantage there. In the meantime, Davies is watching this front door through the shield.
And look at that,
Plexios with
the second I go
kill.
off of him, he finds 2. So now it's another 3v5
Davies takes a bit of damage.
as Dave is the one behind the shield. Emporium holding that camera, well, he was. I don't think he's on it now, but Plexi is still roaming around up top, just making sure.
I believe there was a...
As Dave just has to back up. The Flores drone going to take out the shield, so we'll have to reposition behind the server. Reliable falls to Mutt, though. No trade just yet. Another Flores drone going to take out a wall, so Dave has to be careful here. And now he cannot move. Plexios just trying to spot where the players are at. Emporium gets a good timing. Can he get the C4 off? No, but Plexios finds that kill. So now it's a 1v4. All down to Electric. Can he save the map again? Manages to sneak on out. Puts down that lion scan. But Plexios going to have a one-on-one with him, and he takes the map!
And that'll be overtime, map 3, theme park. I believe LVC starts on defense here.
Yeah, no, they start on attack again.
They start on attack again?
Yes.
Interesting choice.
LVC taking map number 2. We will see a third map. We will see a theme park.
And once again, all good sportsmanship in chat. Everything we want to see from these two teams that are playing fantastically.
And Plexios there, 19-9, a huge map and a huge way to close things out. Had a 3K in the second to last round, and in that last round he also has 3, I believe. So huge, huge stuff from Plexios. Can he keep it up in map number 3? We will find out as we head over to the final map of this series. We will be actually take a quick break once again. We'll be right on back as we head on over to theme park to close out this series. I know. I don't know what's happening. But game broken. Arcadia banning Dokebi. We may have to rehost, but on our end, it's saying everything is theme park, and then on their end, it's loading with the map as skyscraper, but like on the text, it says theme park. So I don't know what's happening.
We'll just hope for the best for now.
But
and in the meantime,
I think it's fun.
We're going into the last map of the series, hopefully theme park. And the second band comes in as Osa from Lebanon Valley. What a surprise.
Yeah, the map or the op that's been banned every single time by LVC. So
That's crazy.
it's about what you'd expect from them. Is we'll see if what LVC decides to go for on the defensive side to ban. It'll be a Zami again banned by LVC. I think they banned it last map as well.
They did. I believe the true Azami player on LVC tends to be Plexios, and they use it most on Cafe.
Yeah, and Azami, I mean, is only one of the hundreds of operators, even though there's not hundreds in the game, hundreds of operators that Plexios can play. So,
I
and
don't think
Arcadia
that's-
bans Capcan. No one is playing Capcan, as we saw every single player in the lobby get a kill with Capcan. So
I believe Arcadia died to it much more than LVC.
They did,
I don't
yeah.
think
Oh,
I
100%.
think LVC died once to a Capcan trap, and that was it.
yeah, so no one playing Capcan in this time around, and Arcadia going to be the one starting out on defense.
A favorite coming in is Warden for Mutt. Honestly, as LVC, I might have looked to ban Warden here.
Yeah, we'll see how much it has an impact, though. I'm not sure how much LVC will play into Warden, but we'll find out as we get into this one. Map number 3. Winner takes all of this series, and winner goes to 3-0 in the NECC Challengers East Division, division that's highly contested at the top of it all. So we'll see who ends the week at 3-0 and who ends the week at 2-1, starting out with an Arcadia defense.
In the meantime, we are going to see them in the throne room. That is 99% of the time the first pick in the map. It is the best site on the map. It's the easiest to hold in any situation. It's just the best site on this map. Every other site is maybe 50%, if not 60% less than good.
Yeah, and something to also keep track of as we get further into this map, kind of like a storyline thing to go with this map, is what ops do we see being played to kind of fill that role of Capcan? Obviously, it will not be as impactful. More than likely, it will not be nearly as impactful, but it will at least, we will see what ends up developing across that point.
I think we are going to see a little bit of a Legion here just to make up for it, but we've seen Arcadia play Legion already. And Emporium's making his way up top.
We've seen both teams play a bit of Legion, and also Frost obviously is the closest to Capcan outside of Capcan. So,
yep.
And now LVC working on that top-down attack, as you can see here.
These hatches up here are going to be extremely influential on the round. It depends on whether or not LVC can finish them perfectly or not.
It looks like Reliable going to be the one to open things up. Drops down and finds Electric. Can he continue to go through?
Also very close to being in sight as well.
So Reliable has to check every nook and cranny. There's not a lot of, or there's a ton of arcade systems here. Can he get the second kill? No, gets traded by Cloak, and Cloak is out of there. Just
looking for the rotate around, possibly a flank. Emporium's going to take out Mutt, though.
LVC doing a good job of making sure these players of Arcadia aren't getting too far away. The only one that really got away there was Cloak, and he's pretty weak. So if LVC play their numbers right, they can take this round, and maybe something a bit unexpected, as we do know Theme Park, immensely defensive heavy map.
Absolutely, and we do see Emporium out here on his clone, just checking to make sure no one's rotated into anywhere they should be for the defensive side of things. And also a couple of drones going down as well, so Cloak might not be able to make it back quite so easily, especially the fact that Reliable is going to be on those drones watching for LVC. In the meantime, Kojo throws out another Ramai just in case.
But
anyway,
that hatch above him going to go down, so he will have to rotate out. He's going to be on site here with the Leviathan. And Cloak might be in a good spot here, but I don't know if they were able to spot where he was with the drone or not. But the one player and two players going to be taken down by Cloak. That's 3 on the round for him. Now looking for the last 2. Huge position from Cloak, and definitely didn't get spotted by a drone beforehand. So now LVC at a disadvantage.
Absolutely not. They were looking in the completely wrong direction here.
Plexio's trying to be careful of this now, but it's a bit too late as he just has to charge his way onto site, gets a spot onto Leviathan, gets him down. So Emporium now going to be the one to watch over him and turns at the worst time possible. Plexio's going to fall there too. Kojo closing it out with 2 of his own.
It looked like LVC was put together here, and I think it's because you don't see them play this map that often. They had their backs turned at all the wrong moments.
I think it was just a big timing thing. We saw that huge play from, I believe it was Cloak, when he got that double. That was purely a timing that he just heard the
Thermite.
Yeah, the Thermite destruction pad. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name. Hard breach going down, and just got the peak at the perfect time after, I believe it was Emporium or not Emporium. I believe it was
Davies and
Dave, I think,
the
who had
Senate.
turned. Yeah, Dave, who had turned, or whoever was.
The Senate was
the one
blocked
using.
just barely before he made his way out, and Davies had turned to run the other direction, leaving his hard breacher open to be shot in the back.
Yeah, but LVC with a solid look to start off this game, despite losing that round. So we'll see if they are able to maybe hold things out a bit better here, or kind of push things out a bit better here on the.
And in
site.
the meantime, Oak and Kojo are both going 3-0 and 2-0, looking great in the series already. Along with a Solus, well, Cloak is playing a Solus, and Kojo's on mute, so we'll definitely see a little bit of drone work obstructed there. And of course, Mutt on Warden, something we almost expect every round at this point. In the meantime, Reliable's picked up Lion as well. Not being able to spot that camera before his. And Arcadia appears to still be setting up site.
Let me go back to. Cloak's going to be roaming down in red there. We'll see Electric on the Mira, so looking to maybe set up. Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say set up one of the mirrors, but already both of them down.
Waiting for that hatch to open up. He wasn't in a perfect position there.
As you can see, Plexio's going to hop on the drone there. Reliable following on ahead. So we see players slowly making their way from the roof. Senate going to be the one to rope on into the patio.
In the meantime, he is going to drone out for his teammate and also see the Mira on that 4-ping there, on that wall, just watching and waiting.
Dave going to get a spot on to Kojo there. And Reliable on the other side of the map, though, goes down. Cloak making his presence known as he drops back down to the first floor.
Possibly
great position.
looking for the Senate's going to go down to Mutt.
Plexios may have one in his crosshair here, but 2 of his teammates are already off the map there. So he's going to have to do some more work if he wants to have a big impact here. And I think he gets spotted through that mirror there. Maybe not.
I think he definitely
He catches Mutt starting to rotate out, but now he's just going to go for a stabby stab onto it.
That's going to break their viewpoint and give them a lot less information on wall here. As you can see, I believe it's starting to get breached.
Yeah, Leviathan just has to back at least gets one of his lines down, but there's so many walls being broken out around it that it doesn't even really matter that much. As he just has to sit in a corner now. But this might still be a good spot. He's LVC just trying to breach through, and they get the kills to go with it.
Almost 3 there. It's up to Davies. 3 people left in the round. Kojo.
And our Davies not going to be able to find much there.
A 2-0 lead for Arcadia.
As
Starting on defense here.
Yeah, defense is a huge thing to start off with, especially when it comes to theme parks. So you would more than likely expect them to have a solid start to the map. But LVC need to find a way to steal at least 1 or 2 attacking rounds here if they want to make sure they don't have to go for a full sweep on the defensive half. Now getting into the 3rd round. So far, Arcadia not having a ton of trouble defending these sites, as we'll see them go towards the safe site now on the 2nd floor.
It does look like not a lot has changed outside of the fact of the Goyo, the Mozzie, and of course now we have Valk, who isn't banned. So Electric is playing Valk, and there will be cams all over the map, I'm sure, looking out for any LVC players that happen to stray into their view.
Yeah, it looks like LVC gonna go with a fairly different setup here this time around, as we see a knock from Dave. Might be able to make a bit of a difference here, as we still see the Senate playing the hard
With
reach.
those Valk cams, this knock could be a key player here. Being able to avoid those is going to be huge, and it doesn't look like Electric really knows where to put her
last
3rd
one.
eye.
Yeah, just maybe waiting for a better spot to toss it down, as see Cloak finishing the setup there onto the site. LVC going to be on the roof. Davies not going to be quite with them just yet, but drones starting to go through from up top.
And it looks like in the meantime, Plexios is almost ready to get down and drop into the hatch here, and Torium's making his way into this kid's room.
The Senate may have spotted, actually definitely did not spot one just yet. He may be just waiting for drone information there, as
Claymore gets put down.
just making sure no one gets out too quickly.
We are seeing a lot of this Thatcher played now that it kind of seems like the teams realized he's able to be played. Not like he isn't a good op in the first place. It's just that he is kind of replaceable, as they made EMP nades. With how often he got banned, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and the Leviatho just holding this camera, watching all of these OVC players just hop on in. And finally, that camera gets taken down, but not before the information is given. So, OVC, at least a couple of their locations are going to be known.
And it looks like they're taking quite their time here. 117 left in the round. Still plenty of time to get what they need to be done.
Plexios is going to start getting into a couple engagements. Just back scoring down and getting shot from every direction. The trade is at least there from the Senate, but Mutt finds 2. And could give Arcadia the round here.
That's the diffuser as well down here.
It is. So now just 50 seconds left in this round. Mutt finding 2, going to be the big opener. LVC at least able to pick that diffuser back up. That will be Reliable, who has it in his hands. Dave.
In the meantime, both Lavicio and Kojo have taken some damage. Davies takes some himself. And it looks like their game plan's being thrown apart every second.
Reliable at least gets 1. It's now a 3v3, but there's just 20 seconds left. Not a lot of time to get through. Cloak finds Dave. It's now Reliable. Gonna rotate through. At least gets Cloak down. Has the diffuser, so he can start going for it.
Already started the plan.
And
Emporium's gonna go down.
falls.
Will he finish it?
Reliable now in a 1v2. Not a great spot, but
One is
Kojo
down,
is
though.
down, so it is a 1v1 really in this situation.
It looks like he's gonna go for the res.
As now Reliable just trying to
And
set himself
he's
up
and
here.
they're moving. He's
Reliable.
gonna have to play behind this pillar perfectly.
Reliable. Now the location is known. Just waiting for someone to push through. Can he get the kills? Yes, he can. Finds 2!
And clutches the round for LVC. Round 3, their first round in the map. And the way to make it.
And he is feeling a bit sick today, and he's also the only player not in the arena here. So, unfortunately, teammates can only congratulate him through Discord, and That's a huge round to take if you're LVC.
It really is unfortunate that he's not in the arena because you don't have that hype of being around and being able to play with your teammates to give them high fives or fist bumps when they get into the round or when you clutch a round. That whole vibe is pretty much gone. But he seems to be making it work just fine.
Yeah, and now we will see if LVC can take another attacking round on this in this first half, and even just one is already a massive start, especially with how defensive heavy we have seen theme parks be. Granted, it's not played very often, but when it does get played, I mean, you want that defensive side.
Absolutely.
Things much easier, but
and you do see them going back to Throne here. Again, like I said, the strongest site on the map, the easiest to play, the best to play. This should be a win for Arcadia, but I think LVC is definitely going to try their very hardest to put a second round on the board for them before they switch over to the defensive half. In the meantime, I believe that's a Solus. Yeah, that's Solus. Cloak as Solus, wandering around up top, looking for anyone who might stray a little bit too close to home.
we'll see LVC once again go for this teacup spawn and see if they can find anything early on, but likely just gonna try and get some drones down and see if they can get information.
The first hatch falls away to Emporium, and it looks like in the meantime Davies and Reliable, and I think Plexios as well, are working together on the other side of the map. Yep.
And the first blood goes to Electric. Dave cannot win the fight, and Electric gets out with his life and full HP. Reliable just trying to quick peek this and see if he can take a few bullets down. But Plexios going to be the one to go down next. 3v5. Reliable just holding the angle, peeks away at the worst time.
Takes some damage here.
The Senate also fighting on the other side of this wall, so...
And it's down to a 2v5.
He gets shot, I think, through that wall, too. Cloak just kind of putting some bullets down range. Yeah, look at all those bullet holes. He just shoots through and finds the kill.
Well, I believe he spotted him with his gadget
Probably,
as well.
So
He had a little bit of an idea there.
It's a great spray from Cloak. Now 2v5 and not a lot of hope in this round.
It is up to Emporium. And you never know who might get the ace. That was an interesting...
That was a good shot from Emporium there with the Twitch drone, but just a
lot of
minute and
movement
left.
here from him.
Reliable just trying to pre-fire every single corner he can, but there's no one even close to either of these LVC players. They are so far away.
Yeah, at this point, Arcadia has decided to bunker down. They've got 1 minute left. It's a 5v2. All they have to do is save time and save lives.
Yeah, they just have both teams really just taking some time to talk about the next round, see what they can do, because Arcadia not going to be able to go straight back to Throne. This one, Emporium. Oh, look at that route from Cloak, just barely getting out of the range of Emporium. Unfortunate. Because Reliable just kind of bouncing about. He's going to get shot in the back in a second, and there he goes.
Does not see the player, and it is a 1v5 here for Emporium. The ace is going to be needed with 15 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he can do it.
No,
but
this simply is just not going to happen.
They'd have to line up.
Arcadia. Oh, I thought I was spectating.
He does quite a bit of damage to Mutt already. They're all ganging up on him.
And now he's just shooting through the wall. He at least downs 2 there, but it doesn't mean literally anything. So Arcadia. Oh, no, he just TK.
Well, that was a little bit of a...
So Emporium downs 1 and the other gets down by his teammate, but it doesn't, in the end of it, it doesn't really mean anything. So we are now heading into round number 5. There's 2 more rounds left in this half, and then LVC will have their chance at the defense, and would certainly like to take at least 1 more off the hands of Arcadia.
At this point, Arcadia is looking to go back up to second floor and niche and office, and LVC is switching it up a little bit. Davies is bringing back Knock, and Emporium, I believe, was looking to play Iana. So we are seeing quite a few nades here, because we're also seeing a sledge that's 6 nades on the map. I think they're looking to go for some frags from below here.
Yeah, they are likely going to bunker down downstairs.
Just a little, maybe a hint of a rush from Plexios here on the Amaru.
And yeah, it looks like LVC gonna just try and sprint into the site, and maybe that could work if.
Emporium and the Senate switching off as well.
Yeah, they're gonna be going to what we've seen them play, or at least ops that we've seen played by LVC in this attacking half.
A lot of switches and no nades to be seen after that, except for from Plexios.
Plexios also changes from the Amaru.
Yeah, he himself is. Oh no, Reliable is also still sledge. My apologies. Only 4 nades this time. So we did see a little bit of a switcheroo there, but the nades are still on for this map. And on the other side, we are going to see 4 C4s from Arcadia over here. That's a lot of bombs on the map today, ladies and gentlemen.
The park is
also
not
an impact
surviving.
grenade.
Yeah, the park is not surviving this one, unfortunately.
No,
Sorry,
I don't
Theme
believe
Park.
so either.
And it looks like
Theme Park was meant to be broken apart. It was meant for it. And I think this is
and the Senate. Ooh, I see it drops down. The Senate shot going to be there, but now LVC looking to make their way onto the site. Reliable finds first blood. Electric gonna fall. And Plexio spots at least one on the stairs, so now LVC going to be able to work their way over towards the other half of this.
It looks like they're
site.
switching around, possibly because of the mirrors they spotted, or because of, I believe it was Cloak on the stairs there
Yeah.
that they spotted as well. Maybe not, just really not wanting to push this too hard. They still have a few players over, quite a few players over here.
Another clone going in for Plexio, spots Kojo, and Kojo will at least pick up Dave, though. Emporium going to go down to Cloak, so now a 3v4 for LVC. Can the Senate at least get one back? No, it'll be reliable to do so.
With his second kill, already making it 3v3.
Tosses a nade out. The Senate going to be on the other side of one and gets the headshot. The centering is perfect from the Senate.
In the meantime, Plexios is having his own battle with
Cloak
this Mira over
takes down
here.
Reliable. So now we're down to a 2v2. The Senate finds another kill. This one onto Cloak Mutt at maybe half a health point.
And they know where he is as well, or at least they used to know. Plexios was on him,
This would be an
and now the
absurd clutch
plant
from
is
Mutt.
going down with 2 health. He'll have no choice but to push in a few seconds. The Senate is low on health, but I'm sure Plexios will be sitting in a favorable position over there.
You can at least see through the Mira, so. Good play, and he spots the clone, takes it out. And the Senate gonna get that kill. Just a bit slow to end off the round, but huge play from LVC to fly straight onto that site and take the kills they needed. As now going into the last round of the half, they could draw. They could put this one out of draw.
That would be extremely favorable for them, considering I wouldn't call this a super defensive map, but it definitely is a little bit more defensive-sided than than offense. And over here, we can also see LVC coach Grotti sweating sweating a little bit from that round.
Just gonna load on in here. We will see Arcadia go to the second floor to close things out here in this first half. I believe they got one of their round wins on this one. Did they? I don't really remember it too well. I don't even. Have they picked this?
I
Site?
think they got 2 round wins on Throne.
Yeah, and they had another. I think it was.
I
here, but
don't. I thought it was
remember.
Office and Anish that they had their.
It
It was
could've.
Office and Anish that they had their other round win on. I believe they were playing a lot. They were extended throughout second floor though, so they did get a lot of kills outside of that, which is why it may have come off as a different site here.
Yeah.
They are bringing that Mira back, a Solus, and of course Kaid and Mute, who you pretty much couldn't go without here. And Mutt's playing Legion to make up for some of those traps.
Yeah, and it looks like the one off the one mirror, you're gonna see Leviathan try and play off of it. Plexios on the Amaru, so we'll see if he tries to get into the site. In the
You
blink of an
did
eye.
see a little bit of those trap operators, well, specifically Legion coming into use a little bit. You could hear when a couple people hit a Legion, but unfortunately it didn't do like a ton of damage. Davies takes a
fair bit of damage.
50%
Now he's
here.
just trying to get out, but he
Gets
is
cornered,
not.
and
look
so
at
does
this.
Reliable
1v5.
Lexios goes down. It's looking like a 4-2 half for Arcadia here. 2 minutes left in the round.
Everyone from LVC just gonna fall like at the almost at the start of the round. So not a great look for LVC here, and not even gonna get one. A flawless from Arcadia to close it out in the first half. I don't even know what happened.
Played.
Everyone died so quickly there that it just
I don't know either.
nothing. LVC at least able to take 2 rounds there, though. Good half for them, regardless of the current scoreline. We'll see now how they can hold the defense, and looks like we'll see a throne room up to start.
I mean, it's been like I've said before, LVC is definitely a defensive halved team, so they're definitely looking to bring it back here. And in the meantime, something we don't see often, Levithio is going to bring Grim.
And also another thing there to note, we did see it last map. LVC was down at half. I think it was it 4-2?
It was 4-2.
So they won 5 straight rounds, and 4 of them came on the defense. So another possibility for LVC there.
They won 4 rounds.
They won. No, they won 5. I counted because they won the last round of the attacking half, and then they won 4 straight on defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was. I thought it was 4.
4.
Yeah, I did too, and then I looked again when Arcadia took the timeout, and it was actually 5.
Interesting. Okay, 5 straight rounds. Holy crap.
Yeah, they won the first 4 on their defense.
Well, they
so.
won't be looking at 5 straight rounds here, but if they can pull off 4, I'd say that's still pretty good.
Well, they could still pull 5 straight because of they would need 7.
They would
so.
win.
Yeah, they would win if they would win the next 5. So we'll see what LVC is able to do, as we'll see off the start of this round.
I'm not sure Arcadia would let them off that easily to win 5 straight
No,
rounds.
I mean, again, at least 5 straight rounds again. I don't see it, but maybe they do.
Especially not with Capcan taken out of the mix
Yeah,
here.
that's a huge hit to both teams, really. But we saw it wasn't the end of the world for Arcadia. So it very well might not be the end of the world for LVC either, though.
We are seeing some similar lineups on offense from Arcadia, and
Look at this.
a little bit
Alexios.
more of a roaming.
Gonna get a lot of info off of this. Spots
He
the
knows
cell phones.
exactly where people are here.
These guys aren't turning their GPS location off. He's spotting every single
Completely
cellular
ignores
device.
that drone.
Finds the down, slaps him with the nade, makes sure that kill goes in.
And gets out of there with only 25 health. Honestly, that was probably the best move for him. Emporium backs off 2. They are working as a team, as you could tell. Even that opening pick is going to make a difference here.
Yeah.
And Cloak's going to put out another drone because, honestly, I wouldn't want to enter that building without any more information either at this point.
Yeah, and no one from LVC is going to be up here, so they will at least have the ability to take this spacing. And did Cloak hit that cam? I don't know, but
I'm
for
not
right now, it doesn't
sure.
really matter because it wouldn't see anything anyways. But we'll see if Arcadia are able to pull something out here. So they are slowly working their way from up top, but look at Electric. He may be able to make a play down below. As Mutt slams through the wall, slamming through the floor. Not the bomb, but does he spot this player down below? That's going to be reliable.
It doesn't look like he spotted reliable, and he was just making the holes to spot
Still
reliable.
He's just hitting everything. He's slamming that sledge.
Reliable doesn't know where to sit here.
I mean, he's going to get a lot of audio, so he at least gets the info, but how important is that info when you're just kind of stuck to not seeing
There
anything?
are so many holes right now.
But these players obviously do have nitro cells, so they want to use them. The Senate also going to bait for Plexios. Looking at these cams, gets all this info. The Senate could hop off cam and get this kill if he wants. Plexios does fall, but he's going to be the only one from LVC that really is in a bad spot. So for now, it's actually a great situation here if you're LVC.
A 4v2 here is, you're right, it is a great situation. 15 seconds left. And
Actually,
AU's going to have to start pushing. Mutt taken down to 50 health already. It isn't looking great for them.
and the Senate getting some damage down, runs out of ammo though. He has to reload. Can they get in? No, it doesn't matter. Time ran out. I
And
forgot there was a clock.
even though that, yeah, I was going to say it was 15 seconds left when I called it out. And even though they didn't get the kills, Arcadia might, if they had gone a little bit sooner, they might have had something
They
there.
may have, especially because I don't know who had the diffuser there, but if it was that Nomad, then they definitely could have planted because the Senate was the only player on that site, and he ran out of ammo. So we will never know
it
though.
looked like LVC, if worst case scenario, was playing for time,
Yeah.
and best case or best case scenario playing for time, worst case scenario playing for
For that
post
retake.
defuse.
Yeah. Now LVC going to head to the second floor on the safe
Office
site.
Inish. A site that we did see a couple times from Arcadia. We'll see how LVC decides to hold it. We don't see that Mira play that we saw from Arcadia, though.
I feel like LVC doesn't really play Mirror very often.
No, you don't. You really don't see it at all, actually. Which is why you so often see it banned from them.
Yeah, they don't want to
Um,
deal with it, especially because it's not something that they use themselves.
Well, if you're not going to use Mira, it's best to just get her off the map.
Yeah.
But at this point, there are so many operators that are just so good. They're so good for the game. They're so hard to defend against. And Mira used to be pretty much impossible to defend against. They did nerf her a little bit, so it has become an option to not ban her and not play her. But for LVC, it is still a little rough to just have her out there for Arcadia to have used and then not use it yourself. Not use it yourself. I finished my sentence. Well,
And it looks like for now we're gonna see Cloak gonna be the one to entry down low. Just getting some dronage out, and Leviathan gonna join in on that droning. Kojo gonna join up top on the roof. See a few players from Arcadia make their way up. As that hatch destroyed by Cloak, or not Cloak, sorry.
in the meantime, Capital Cloak has made his way in to first floor and is looking around for maybe an LVC player that
Yeah, there's
roamed
someone
a little
roaming
too.
down there. And that's
roamed
gonna
a
be
little far.
Emporium. Before I could even get to him, he already falls, so first player of LVC down. Dave's just trying to find this drone, but he needs to be careful.
It looks like all of AU has made their way past Dave,
Senate
pretty much.
gonna be the one
Except
holding sight
for-
with Reliable here. Senate just trying to hold. The Senate
He's
now
gonna
has
take
pressure.
Quite a bit of damage here.
He has to be careful with his life, and he's knocked back, but he's still alive. Trying to get an angle on anyone he can. The Goyo mine going to get taken down by Senate. Gets some damage onto Mutt. Just being a nuisance as best he can. Liable holding a very tight angle there.
1 minute
Look at
left in the
Plexios.
round.
Gets the kill.
Plexios.
Now even. Spots the ability of the Jackal, and Mutt gets down. Tosses the nade out. Kojo at least gets Dave, though, so it is a 3v3. Still doable if you're Arcadia. 50 seconds left, so you have a bit of time to work with. And Cloak finds Plexios. Now
Up
2v3.
to Reliable and the Senate here. The Senate is missing a little bit of health.
But Reliable gets a good peek. Now he's going to be right in hand with the Senate. Plant starting to go down. Can Electric get it all the way through?
He
And he
will. I
will.
think he will, yeah.
The Senate slowly making his way up on the pitch. Spots one. Doesn't get any kills, though. That is a huge loss if you are the Senate. Now it's all down to Reliable and another 1v2. Can he win this one? He gets that down. Gets the kill. Now it's all over to Kojo. Misses the shot and tries to sprint through. And Kojo going to hold strong for Arcadia.
A good attempt from LVC for a comeback there, but it did seem they They were just down or a little bit behind by that minuscule moment or second or play. It wasn't in the cards for them that round.
Reliable had a good chance to clutch there, but just unfortunately misses that first headshot, and that's really on that second headshot onto Kojo, and that's going to cost him the round. But we'll see a switch up here from LVC that's going to go to the second floor.
We're also going to see Mr. Davies playing Valkyrie a little bit, getting some information, and we'll see how Arcadia deals with those cams because we haven't seen LVC play Valk that much so far. Especially with Emporium on Mozzie, they're going to have a ton of intel, which is, I think, exactly what they're looking for. And, of course, we're finally going to see Plexios pull out Warden. Just looking to see through any smokes, any util that might come around, which is perfect because Cloak has brought them. Cloak, he's brought it up. He's ready for it.
Yeah, and that's likely a response to the last round as well, where Cloak was able to just roam on in downstairs and find Emporium near the start of the round. So Plexios just looking to counter pick towards it, and look at that, Cloak gonna hop off the Capital and go on over to the IQ. Look at
We
Plexios.
are going to see only a few flashes then that are going to be super useful, and that's from Levithio on Nomad here. Plexios did look for a couple opening kills, but didn't find any.
Yeah.
In the meantime, almost all of almost all of the offensive team Arcadia has spawned on the east side of the map, if I could speak.
The Senate just going to be hanging out in sight. Plexios likely, once again, going to be the first man to find a fight, but Kojo's drone just does get taken down by Emporium, or taken over by Emporium. First one in for now is Mutt with that Ionic clone, gets some info, pings another.
Looking for a fight. Opening that window there, and it does look like they might know that someone's in bathroom here.
Yeah, Mutt and Emporium almost getting into a bit of a battle there, but Emporium tries to peek the other angle and gets punished for that.
With 3 people there, they were ready for him to peek that
Emporium
angle.
gets blooded again, and Cloak gonna find Plexios. 2 huge kills for Arcadia, but the rest of these players going to be on the site. So, actually, we're not quite on site. The Senate at least gets 1 back. Can he find a second?
Waiting for bathroom here might be the play for the Senate.
And Dave gonna be all the way down and thrown. Dave gonna find a kill all the way down there as well. So now things are even. The site though gonna be in control of Arcadia. As Dave looking to maybe talk some more up. Not gonna hit anything though. Senate.
He might find someone to his back here.
Senate has a close angle with the shotgun. If anyone pushes through there, surely dead and he's down at the bare minimum.
In the meantime, they focused on Reliable because he's been droned out.
He's still alive. Maybe just trying to keep sight over this bomb. And where's the diffuser at? It looks like Electric's going to be the one with that. Still just kind of getting stalled out here. But drones coming out once again. Mutt has that clone to work with too. Nice to use it. Mutt going to take out Dave. So now it's a 2v3. LVC not in a great spot here. Arcadia looking to go into map point.
I don't think they know where the Senate is
Senate
here.
spots 2, but he needs to start going. Has the nitro soap, but misses. So he's just got to pull out the SMG. 11 gets taken out. Now it's a 1v1. Mutt and Reliable. Mutt and Reliable going to do some damage and takes another clutch. Huge kill from Reliable there once again.
That's
The hero for LVC so far.
such control for peeking. And it's so important there that he doesn't need to peek that breach because there's no reason to take that fight. You wait until they push in, and he played it perfectly, absolutely perfectly
The Senate
in his position.
The Senate realistically should have had that round a bit earlier. He get maybe just good trigger discipline at the start, but then gets a bit flustered.
Nitro
so.
did not go quite as far as he wanted it to.
Yeah, and the nitro just being a bit off was not helpful either.
I'm
so
not sure
we're
he meant to pull out the nitro there. But it is what it is.
LVC
And
also back in throne, so they could put this at 5-5. This is a great place to do it, but they'll still need to win at least two more after that. It's going to start here. Look at that. There's already a drone in sight. There about to be 2 drones in sight. So, certainly the call has been made for Arcadia. How will LVC defend?
you are going to see Levithio switch off to Fuse. Cloak is pulling out a Thatcher. Kojo's going with Jackal, and Mutt is pulling out Sledge. So there's a lot of switches and picks going on within Arcadia just for this new site. Emporium's going to be going on Vigil. Reliable will be seen on Legion, which we don't see too much from him, at least.
Plexius certainly going to be looking for a spawn peek here with Emporium, maybe, but I don't really see it happening.
I think they're playing it a little bit safer here. Looking for
Yeah,
anyone
that's actually what it
might.
looks like. Is, it's going to try and set up this.
So if you hit the windows like that, you can
You
jump
can just
out
jump out,
quietly.
yeah.
A fun little glitch in the game.
As
Oh!
Emporium jumps outside, but looks the wrong way. Well, not the wrong way, but gets spotted by...
There wasn't
on the
anyone
pinch.
there for him to really shoot. That was...
No, there was one that spawned over there, but they managed to back up before it became an issue. So Emporium maybe a bit overzealous on that push, and now it's a 4v5, but still the site you'd want for this one to be a 4v5.
You'd think after playing so carefully that they wouldn't have that, but
It's a tough.
it
Emporium
definitely is.
Emporium had
100%.
the timing. It's just, unfortunately, he was pinched. So that's just never going to work in that world. Mutt now taking down some of the floor upstairs. And the fuse mines starting to go off.
Not hitting anyone yet, but definitely looking to cause at least a little bit of damage to somebody.
And if not, it may even take out some of the util that LVC has down here. As goes down. Senate should be able to stay healthy here, and he does. So there's only
I
going to be
believe
one more
his
left.
claw also makes it out there. I'm not 100%
I'm not sure.
I'm not.
He doesn't have it in his hands, but yeah, I think it may still be
He
up.
did pick it up.
Yeah.
I think it got destroyed by the fuse nades, though.
Now, this is the last set of fuse nades going out, and nothing going to come of it other than maybe a couple pieces of util taken out.
And it looks like LVC
Plexios gets pinched. He's going to get taken out from main or from the
Zenit's
lobby.
taking quite a bit of damage as well. 5v2,
Nade gets tossed his way, and it's all down to Dave in a 1v5. And a flawless from Arcadia.
Not something LVC wants to see right now. This puts Arcadia on match point, and they're looking to end it all.
Huge round for Arcadia. Now, LVC need to win 2 straight if they want to take this to an OT. And
It looks like
Throne gonna be the place of
Levithio
choice.
and never mind. I was gonna say Levithio's pulling back to Fuse again, but of course switching off, going with their pretty common picks right now, and we are gonna see Thorn from Davies, something we haven't seen from any of the maps or either team at all yet.
Is LVC gonna head back down to the throne room? Or actually no, they decide to change it the last second there. Now they're on the second floor. I don't even know what does Thorn do? I've never even seen it.
So she has these stickies, right? They're
Okay.
blue stickies. You throw them up, and when a player walks close to them, they throw out thorns that kill you.
Oh, okay. We'll see if Davis ends up having any success with that, but now we're going to see Emporium also playing the Mira. So, a big switch up from LVC here. Plexios is going to be roaming around with the foul.
Usually put them in positions that force offensive players to shoot. They have to either run forward or completely retreat, which is especially useful if you're trying to take a gunfight at that angle. So you want to force those players out into the open where you can shoot them.
Plexios, he's trying to get a quick spawn peek, but doesn't find any damage, so just backs on down.
I mean, they're not playing it safe anymore. They have everything they need. They don't want to lose. It's all or nothing at this point. And I think for them, they're just looking for the frags.
And something to mention here in this map too, Dave 2 and 10, I'm at 2 and 9.
That's
Very
not something
bad
you
performances from
usually
Eden.
see from them.
And on the other side, I mean, you see Cloak at 13 and 5. Plexios, usually the top man for LVC at 6 and 9. The Reliable going to be the only one that's positive. He's at 11 and 7. So
With the
Yeah,
round
step
clutches
it up.
that he's had, that's completely expected.
yeah, the rest of the LVC roster is going to need to step things up though if they want to take this map and have a chance in this series. Is every round now you just need to must win.
Absolutely, especially considering almost all of Arcadia is positive, and if you consider assists, every single one is positive. Especially with how many, like, Levithio isn't positive in KD alone, but he has 5 assists. Like, he's putting in the work even if it's not completely showing, and he's always using his util. So we need to see a little bit more of that from LVC, because on the rounds of assists, we mostly just see Plexios here. Although Reliable has no assists, his kills are all kills.
Kojo working towards this site with the rest of the team all right outside of site letter that is, but
And I
looks
believe
like
this
might go
is
down.
going to get breached as well. I don't think...
Night scan comes out, pings 1. Now the players on site, on B, going to have some of their work cut out for him. Reliable going to be the closest one. Dave opens things up with a kill. Reliable finds another. As Dave and Reliable going to be crucial for this site. Takes out a drone there so they know of his position. As Reliable finds Leviathan and runs out of ammo, takes out the pistol and gets 3. Last guy is going to be Electric.
And it looks like they know where he is.
Reliable just trying to flank around, but it doesn't matter.
And in a flawless round for LVC,
To respond to that
Maybe-
flawless
yeah.
from Arcadia, and they will take a timeout.
looking
They
to
don't
stop
want the OT.
motion here. No, they don't. I mean, I wouldn't either. 5-6. LVC has one more to bring it back, and Arcadia has one more to end it all. This
Reliable
match,
is 14 and 7. The new man on the block having a huge one. Look at the bottom. Look at the middle of your screen there too.
it's
Trading
every
round after
other.
round.
Yeah.
This has been. Someone needs to start chaining a few here. Well, actually, if you're Arcadia, you
The
don't really need to
biggest-
win this one.
The biggest streak we've had so far on this map has been round 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's it. So everything else has been traded. Huge for LVC here to take this round. Is obviously they need to take the map. So we will see.
I mean,
who will go
LVC
up
has
to
lost to
now.
Arcadia multiple times before, and they're not looking to do it again. They are trying their very hardest to bring it back.
10 seconds left in the timeout here. Honestly, though, I mentioned the KDs, but at this point, it doesn't matter. It's all or nothing. Your KD does not mean a single thing at this point in the game.
All that matters, well, right now, all that matters is this round. And if LVC takes it, then we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, Arcadia, this could be your time to end it all.
5-6. Almost couldn't be closer. It could be closer with this
Well,
round. It
if
goes
it-
LVC's
if it-
way. This round
If it
goes
goes
LVC's way. It couldn't
LVC's
be. But
way, I think we're going
The
far
distance.
into overtime.
unfortunately, this isn't like Valorant. I mean, maybe fortunately if you... If
No,
considering the stream has been 3 hours, almost 3.5, so
honestly, I don't think I could do anything like Valorant where it just goes.
it just continues.
I couldn't.
You get, dude, there's this is off track, I know, but real quick, in VCT there's a game that ended like 18-16. It was ridiculous. Anyways, into this round,
That's just
throne
too
room
many rounds.
going to be the site, and
I mean-
look at this setup from Arcadia. What they managed to hit a flawless on, looking to make a statement in this game.
This is the safest bet for them. LVC is going to. This is the safest room for them. They are going to have to hold it like their life depends on it. Each and every single player will be important this round. They cannot afford to lose anyone.
Plexios trying to hold the Spawn peek there, just
almost getting
peeks
peeked
away.
himself by getting droned out there.
Looks like LVC for now. Rio just take some checks. Electric already up top. Gonna be with the rest of his team up here.
And it does look like they have decided to keep the Fuse and the Jackal on their roster today. I'm sure that Fuse will come in handy for at least util, if not a couple kills. For Arcadia, last time they didn't get anyone from it. They didn't even do any damage to anyone from it. But you never know how lucky you get with Fuse. If you can put those down fast enough, you don't always have time to move. In the
Now,
meantime, Kojo's searching for any type of footprints a roamer or anyone else might have left up here. And Reliable's just wait.
he could be huge. He could be huge. No, it's not going to get the kill. In fact, it's barely going to do any damage if it does any at all. I thought that was almost a guaranteed kill, but just a bit off from the Senate.
A little too far, a little unlucky. Fuse as well.
But he's still here. Oh no, that Fuse Mines could do a lot, but I know he at least gets it off, but not doing a ton here for right now. Senate at least able to.
The Senate is counteracting it extremely well. You don't often see people actually shooting the Fuse Mines like that from below. It's a smart tactic. You just don't see it happen that much. At least not in this league.
Now some of the players of Arcadia starting to drop down.
In the meantime, the only person on offense you see with nades is Mutt, which could come in handy if he can chuck those in the right place.
Cloak gonna try and find where the bandits are. Emporium gonna be the first one to fall. Mutt gets the kill. Opening up for Arcadia. Finding anything else. The Senate takes a tiny, not a tiny bit, he takes about half of his health with that hit.
The first time that the Fuse nades actually did something, he doesn't have any left. Cloak doesn't have any EMPs left, but the wall is open. The damage has been done. Hatch is getting opened. Arcadia is trying to get in here. They have 20 seconds left. All LVC has to do is play time once again. If they can hold this site.
This could be, honestly, if Arcadia doesn't get this purely on time, that's a fumble from Arcadia. Davis, though, finds a kill. Now 8 seconds left, but they are starting to work onto the site. 1v3 for Reliable. Shots a bit shaky, trying to stay alive. Can he do it? And he does! A huge fumble from Arcadia. LVC managed to put it into OT.
Oh, my goodness.
By the
I'm sorry, but
by the skin of their chinny chin chin.
I feel so bad for that Fuse. I feel like they were just clueless
He looked so
there.
lost. He didn't even turn.
No, he was
Reliable
getting shot, and if he had turned and shot back, that could have been it.
Reliable finds the one kill he needs.
LVC has brought it back to overtime. It depends on this. It looks like right now, overtime, LVC has defense. This is their round to bring it to bring it up. This
To
is their
bring it to
time.
a series point, but whoever wins this round will be at that series point. Huge stuff to bring into OT, and man, what a round to put it there.
I mean, no matter what, whoever wins this round only needs one more round.
Yeah.
There's no more overtime after that.
And Reliable, who else but him in this map, to put it into overtime. But like I said, the KDs don't mean a singular thing at this point in the game.
It does look like LVC is starting to work their way up from their KD just by the rounds as it is.
I mean, there's not much you can do at this point if you're Data Room.
No, there's not much you can do, but the fact about it is they're playing the time that they need to play.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to take these rounds, and LVC has managed to pull together these defensive rounds to give themselves a chance in this map. It was a 4-2 half, and now it is a 6-6 game.
They might not have the kills, but they have the time. And if you can play objective, then you can play the game.
Everyone from LVC
Looks like
be playing
Plexios
safe.
is looking for a possible jump out here. I'm not sure if the play...
Plexios, though, they may not know his exact location here, but certainly they're going to be trying to find him out, and he gets the first blood, gets out with his life for now, but
And he's
for
gonna
how
make his way.
long? Looks like for now he's good. Going to be hit by that lion skin, though. not in a good spot for it, but still alive. Huge play for Plexios. The sneaky, sneaky goblin.
And it does look like they're going to be able to breach main wall here. Not making a huge difference quite yet. The Senate has repositioned himself perfectly in bathroom. Reliable's playing the bomb chassis. And it looks like the Senate might be looking for a kill over by games in arcade.
Things slow down a huge amount as Senate hits a shot there. So Cloak gonna get put pretty weak. These holes here, he has to be careful. Maybe didn't know that they were quite at that angle, but look at this from the Senate. It's some bad timing, but
He's ready for anyone.
Another peek going to come in.
See, even doing that 50 damage makes a difference. It might not be a kill yet, but that one shot does a whole lot more than you would originally think.
And look at
Davies
this.
is going to get double droned here.
They definitely know he's here. If not, I would be amazed as he has to back up. There's a third drone. They want Davis out of this spot. They want to know where he's at. They are trying to hit him with everything they have. But can he at least find his one? That's all he needs. And no, he will not. It's a 4v4. But the Senate going huge. Finds another.
He's done quite a bit of damage already to Cloak. Takes out Levithio there. And it might be reliable.
Plexios on the flank. Plexios on the flank. Finds two. That's his third of the round.
All that's left is Cloak, who's already down to 50 health from the Senate. What will he do?
And the Senate gonna end the round.
Taking their lead, and at match point here, it's up to Arcadia whether or not they can bring it back up to overtime again.
The perfect time
Or
to
whether
do it.
or not the series is over. We've been at this point. We're ready for the match. Who will take it?
And LVC finding a perfect time to find their first lead of map number 3. Overtime match point. Back on the attack. Of course, where else would Arcadia go? Look at this comp. The exact same thing you'd always expect. They've done it about 4 times this game, and it's worked every single time. 100% win rate at Throne. Can they continue to make it there, or will they fumble this last chance to send it to what will be the roll of the dice for who has defense in round number
If LVC takes this
87.
round, it will be the first time they've beat Arcadia in an actual game in a while.
It might even
Not
be
just
ever.
scrims.
I don't know if they've ever beaten Arcadia.
I don't know, but I didn't want to say that because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
know
don't
it's
know
been a
off the top
long
of my head.
time, but
I mean, we say a long time, but something to remember: this team has only been around for 2 years, and this is the second year of this team. So they've played Arcadia, I think, every semester, right?
they have. I know for the past 3, they haven't been able to beat them. They've come close. They've gone to overtime, and I believe it was finals last year. Spring finals of last year that they went into the 5-game overtime with Arcadia.
That was the best. Was that the best of 7 that it was like 3 in the morning for?
Yes,
I
that
thought they're-
was.
I don't know
believe
why, I
that was that.
I thought they were playing someone else that day. I
Maybe
could be
they
wrong.
could. I could be wrong.
I don't
but
know.
I thought it was Arcadia.
But none of that history matters right here, at least. If you're LVC, you just want this win, and that's the huge part of this game. As Reliable takes a fair bit of damage. He's still alive, but with only a bit of health now, so
Rio Grande, my bad.
Rio Grande. That's what I was going to say. I didn't think it was
I
Arcadia.
thought it was Arcadia, but I was also asleep for most of that match, so
Yeah, I do remember that.
I couldn't tell you.
Emporium jumps down with the clone, spots, I believe that is going to be
that was a
Mutt.
Warden.
Yeah, I'm more than sure that was Mutt, so.
In the meantime, the Senate has made its way in and avoided that first kill that once plagued.
Look at Dave. He's flying in. His teammates
Someone's
taking some
ready.
fights over,
Oh,
but Plexio's going to fall. Reliable going to fall. Or sorry, Davey's going to fall. Everyone from LVC going down. Plexios and the Senate. The last one's alive. Can they keep this out of the overtime series
I don't think he knows where the Legion is. I'm not sure he's turned the right way. I hope he doesn't walk past him.
There's that shotgun out and takes down Cloak with a headshot. Still doable. The Senate just repeatedly slamming into these Legion mines, but still has a lot of health to work with, so.
It is a 4v2, but we've seen Arcadia bring it back. We've seen LVC do it before. It's not the end quite yet.
Just a minute left in this round, and likely in that minute, unless if somehow the diffuser goes down, we will see the results and who will be out on top, at least for what could just be this round of the game. And Plexios still trying to find his way around. The Senate on the other side of the map, gonna down this wall. Almost. Actually, it gets taken, his mine gets taken down. Come on, close enough. And the shot from Plexios not quite there. 1v4 for the Senate. Gets hit there. Now, just 30 seconds left. He's not really going to have much, so. And there goes the Senate.
It is match point for both of them at this point. 7-7. It's whoever wins this round, and I believe
Sides are going to swap.
LVC is going to be on defense, but I don't think they'll have throne available.
I don't think so. We will see. Oh,
I guess throne is
okay.
available.
Well, I guess they're both wrong. So
We both lied.
unfortunate. It's like the 5th time I've lied on this specific stream. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're not very good at truth telling. I've also lied as well. Arcadia.
But
Arcadia
something
here.
to remember: Arcadia, in one of the rounds on this site, pulled off a flawless on the attack. So
That is
they
true.
are not out of this series. Game 3, round 15, series point. Winner goes to 3-0.
The most
Loser.
overtime you could go to at this point.
Loser goes down to 2-1 and squanders their chances at a perfect season, or perfect regular season. How will it shape out? We'll start off with LVC just working to build up the
Looks
defenses
like
on the site.
Davies is going to be playing Bandit. Emporium's on Valk. The Senate is going to bring some extra util for walls here and hatches, of course. On Akaid, Reliable's looking to get rid of those nades. And, of course, Plexios is going to be on the roam, looking for any kills he might be able to find with Solus. In the meantime, Arcadia's brought their team. They've brought their lineup from the past. They're bringing their best, and they're ready to roll here.
Kojo slightly struggles to hop over the wall. For
Like
just
I
a
said,
second.
those drone throws, though, they're like baseballs.
Yeah,
Like, they
they're
just
insane.
fly. And
Plexios.
Plexios might be looking.
Spots a drone down low, but doesn't see anything else, so he's not really going to find anything to work with on the Solus for now.
Not quite yet.
Playing a close corner,
He
seeing
does
if he can
have
catch
that
someone
open,
off guard.
though.
Yes, he does, but
But it doesn't
Arcadia
look-
gonna drop.
They did drop.
going to be a
I'm
first
not
pick
sure that
for
they seem to know.
Yeah,
they
one
know
of these
it's
two.
open. They're not sure if he's there.
They have to be careful.
This could be the most impactful
The drone comes out, they
fight
know.
of the
So
round
Plexios
here.
is likely just going to have to get out, and he does. Timing of the line skin just a bit off, so Plexios still survives. But he's going to have that information. Spots the cell phone of one. I don't know why you'd be carrying a cell phone in your pocket at this time, but look at that cam. That's huge. Information, huge for LVC here. The Senate, not going to have a lot of information to win with.
If someone could give him a yellow ping,
Call it. He does, but and he does a fair bit of damage to Mutt, but he's still alive, so still a 5v5 for now. Look at all these. Look at
I
the
think
ceiling. It's just taken down
Reliable
completely.
not get pinged from that?
I don't know, actually. Emporium
so
going to be
odd.
the one on the bomb. Seeing if he can find anything, but for now, all quiet on the western front.
There's still 1 minute and 10 left in the round.
And look at
They
that.
have
Another
time.
huge cam from Emporium. Spots 3 of the Arcadia players. Actually, it may
And
have
it's
only been 2.
absolutely great that you don't see them red pinging yet. They'll hold that off probably until at least the last 15 seconds.
Emporium
If
tries to
anyone
toss
is-
out that nitro cell, but it doesn't get anything. So
I think it
Dave
got
gets put weak too.
destroyed by the actual breach.
I think it
itself.
did. So look at this spot from Dave, though. He's just trying to watch this wall. His Emporium also has an angle on it. The Senate does too. Reliable watching the pinch. I don't know if he gets a spot there. First blood to Emporium. And look at Reliable. He's marking that. And Plexios finds 2! Emporium gets taken out, though. At least one trade. It's a 4v2 for Cloak and Electric. What do they have in them? Electric finds one. But Reliable finds the first. Can he get the second? No! It's a 2v1. Cases down. Defuse going in.
Halfway through plant.
Let's get it. He does!
And that'll be
LVC takes down Arcadia for the first time in the program's history. That's something you love to see if you're LVC. 8-7 in map number 3.
And a lot of respect going out for especially these Arcadia players maintaining good sportsmanship. It's awesome to see out there, even from LVC as well. Sometimes you just don't see the good games, you don't see the good halves, you don't see the well played, and it's really nice to see that.
Reliable with 16, Plexios with 15, carrying the rest of the LVC team through the map.
I mean, you said it yourself. You said they needed to step up, and Plexios found his feet. He woke up. He was ready.
Helped out Reliable and helped the team take it home. And LVC just barely skimming out to get to 3-0 on the season. Big wins for them, and now they will have a great spot.
Arcadia might have been the toughest match that they have played this season and that they will play this season.
That was a huge win for LVC there, and certainly they're going to be happy about that one.
It was such a good fight from both teams. It was incredibly impressive. And to maintain the plays that they were making after 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I'm tired, but I can't imagine the players at Arcadia or over here. I mean,
but that will be it
crazy
for us tonight. Huge congrats over to the LVC squad for taking that one. And that will be it for us tonight. We will see tomorrow. We will have one matchup, LVC Call of Duty taking on Kaiser University Pembroke Pines at 7 p.m. But that'll be it for us tomorrow. And Thursday, we will see LVC R6 back in action. I don't know if they'll be on this stream or not. I haven't figured that out yet. We'll figure that out later in the week. Later in the week, by that, I mean 2 days from now. So we will see what that ends up being. But they will be playing Full Sail either way. We will hopefully see you guys back here for tomorrow for LVC Call of Duty taking on KUPP. But that'll be it. Have a great night, everybody.